My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
This is a promotional message for Alexia Sweet Potato Fries, and in the process of elucidating you on all the wondrous virtues Alexia Sweet Potato Fries have to offer, I intend to do so in a prodigious manner befitting of such a superlative side. That's because all Alexia creations are creatively crafted, from sweet potato fries that accomplish a delicate balance of sweet and savoury, without GMOs or superfluous additives, to the eloquent lexicon of our advertisements, like this one, because every Alexia experience is intended to feel creatively crafted and exceptional without exception. Alexia's Sweet Potato Fries. Do procure them in your grocer's freezer.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4076. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. Montgomery! And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, a birthday-inspired Bad Choice Friday. The return of Ted versus the FCC. Plus headlines, a Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted. Click, clack, drink it to drunk. All right, here we go. A woman gets her dishwasher fixed by a real-life handyman.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a Florida mom says that packing a gun in a 2-year-old lunchbox, that was not part of the plan. New advice for cops, take a page from Wonder Woman's playbook. Air Force airdrops aid and oh, then the ground shook. And a New Jersey dog is a good boy, but tired at the end of the day. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours on this positive Friday. Now, positive. Thank you, Eddie. Everyone has a birthday. And generally speaking, no one gets more excited about it than children. Now, part of the reason is because kids always want to be older. Hence, their need to always add and a half to their age once the birthday is in the rear view. But also kids love a good birthday party. And every once in a while, you hear the heartbreaking story of a birthday party where no one shows up. It makes you sad. You don't want any kid to have that experience. But maybe, just maybe, it's for the better. Case in point, we have a list of kids' birthday parties gone horribly wrong, and it includes everything from peeing into the ball pit to everyone getting sick and puking into the ball pit and on the cake and on the gifts to being attacked by a pit bull at your own birthday party. Happy birthday indeed. But kids are kids. Adults, those of us who should know better, well, we have a way of really screwing things up at a birthday party celebration. Earlier this year at the Grand Ole Opry, Dolly Parton celebrated her 78th birthday. A bunch of performers were there, but people in the audience who'd spent $300 to be there, by the way, they were pissed off after a very drunk Elle King took the stage and ruined the entire experience. And it probably didn't help when she said, quote, "You ain't getting your money back." There was also a group of not-so-famous people who gathered for a birthday party in Indiana. In a nutshell, the party ended after 2 people were stabbed, 3 others were arrested. And then there's a woman who's suing Disney. You see, she went to Disney World for her 30th birthday, and she ended up with, they call it a severe wedgie. To put it in perspective, she had vaginal lacerations and damage to her internal organs after going down a 242-foot-tall water slide. Yeah. Happy birthday. But that's what we're talking about today. Birthdays, right? People have birthday parties. You always do it for kids. Maybe you did it on your 21st or your 30th. Maybe you went to someone else's birthday party, but something happened that made it memorable. And that's what we want to talk about today. Today's question, quite simply, what memorable thing went down at the birthday party?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to themensroom@KISW.com.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the Charles, away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4076. What a large and in charge program we have for you today on this very positive Friday, a guaranteed future repeat. Positive. Exciting return of Ted versus the FCC is on the way. We dug out an oldie but a good. What a long night, by the way, we had last night coming up with tons.
If you had told me you were just going to dig one out, I would have gone to bed before 4 a.m.
Well, what happened was that...
and I would not have had to sing to the puppies. That's what we do. Aside from working very diligently on Thursday nights in preparation for Ted versus the FCC, the one thing we do, we go down to the puppy orphanage with our acoustic guitars, and we bring them joy, Mike. Okay. That is what we do.
But lo and behold, Ted can't be with us today, so we didn't know about that. Either way, Steve, we've determined that today, on this very special day, we're going to give you a chance for the very first time on these.
Oh, I get to do Ted versus the FCC.
To play Ted versus the FCC.
I thought you told Mike that he was doing it.
I did.
Is that why you pulled out an oldie but a goodie?
I came in
because we couldn't use one that we worked on.
Mike, are you also ready for Ted versus the FCC? And Veggie Dog was in the studio, and he said, "Hey, why don't you have Steve do it because it's his birthday today?" And I said, "Oh, okay, then that's how it's going to go down."
Thanks, VD.
So I pulled out an oldie but a goodie since you're going to do your very first shot You don't even want to know the word that you could possibly slip up on.
I don't want to know. Just show me. Just show me at the time.
God. We have a moratorium on that, Miles.
Ted versus the FCC coming up. Hopefully over the weekend, you guys will get a chance to go out and about, maybe hit the grocery store and pick up some delicious Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing. Not only that, Uli and Uli's Famous Sausage. We have a brand new sausage out with Uli, the Men's Room Beer Brat. Of course, we used to have the Men's Room sausage that was made with the Elysian Red, and when the Elysian Red went away, well, Uli said, hey, I will put the new beer in a new brat for you guys.
But he said it in that very gentle way for which he says all things. We said, Uli, are you going to do a new sausage? I quote, I will come up with something.
That is my goal over the weekend, is to find the Men's Room beer brat from Uli's. He makes incredible sausages. Typically, I'll pick up the kielbasa. He's got a German sausage. Everything he makes is amazing. His chorizo is unbelievable.
Yep.
Our sausage is fantastic. Cannot wait to try the Men's Room beer brat. Also, coming up, we'll give you all the locations as they're currently rolling in for the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing. I did get a text from my buddy Cynthia, and she is a manager up at the Pine Box on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Now, the Pine Box, one of the first bars we ever walked into when we came to Seattle, because we lived up on Capitol and First Hill, and it used to be an old funeral parlor.
Hence the name Pine Box.
First time I stepped up on the bar stool, it was like 9 feet high because the counter was so big they used to put the casket up there in the back, right?
Yeah, they explained it as we're sitting at the bar, like, it's where we used to put the bodies.
So Cynthia texted me and she said, hey, today is our anniversary, and we are tapping the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing to celebrate. So if you're looking for it on draft, it is, in fact, the Pine Box on Capitol Hill, which is a cool as hell bar to go into. They got tons of great beer in there. And if you're out in the stores, just look for the bright yellow can. A lot of Safeway locations are carrying it, and we will continue to update you as we find more locations. I know that Ryan went up to the brewery the other day, because our sales department, they were going to send out some of the beer to some of our clients, some of the people that advertise on our show, and say, hey, thanks for this. Here's some beer, man. Enjoy it for the weekend. He went up there, and they only had 5 cases left.
Yeah, he said everything else is spoken for.
So some of the clients are getting beer over the weekend, but we'll make it up to you as they continue just to work their asses off, because they had no idea the beer was going to sell like it's selling right now, which is all good news.
Fantastic.
For our friends at the Fisher House.
It is very good news. And as you're talking about the beer, 2 separate texts came in, so I'll read them in order. I still have yet to find a new beer down here in Tacoma, guys. The next text that comes in, your IPA is in the North Tacoma Proctor District Safeway. There you go.
I've heard the Proctor Safeway. I've heard it in the Pearl Safeway.
Where's Proctor? Is it just
Proctor is basically it's still in North Tacoma.
Okay, all right. So it is part of Tacoma.
Exactly.
And keep this in mind when you're looking for the beer. As far as the shelf space and everything else is concerned, that's obviously limited in the beer world. They're doing us a solid by putting our displays on a lot of the end caps in the grocery store. So it might not be right near the Black Raven beer that's cold or in the case, but they've got to stand somewhere within the grocery store.
Yeah,
if you find that, look for the bright yellow can.
We are not joking with that.
Yeah,
it is a bright yellow can.
And they're doing the best they can, man, to get as much beer out. And we are going to have a fantastic year for the Fisher House. This is already looking spectacular.
Yeah,
so
man.
We are fired up. And hopefully you get a chance to try the Men's Room IPA. As a matter of fact, did you get the key to the kegerator for today, for your birthday?
I didn't. I don't know where Castle is. And to be honest with you, yesterday during the show, I went into his office and scrounged around. I could not find the key. Right. So I don't know where it is.
I think that was on purpose.
I see.
I thought that.
Mike, you had a great time last Friday.
I had a wonderful
time. 1 week from today at the Black Raven Brewing IPA launch party.
Up until I didn't.
Up at the Black Raven Brewery and Tap Room in Woodinville.
It was.
You got yours on today, and in honor of Steve and his 55th birthday today, myself and Steve, we're going to tie one on a little bit early today to celebrate your 55 years on this planet. So
that's what I do for people.
It's our turn. And since, Mike, you're running the board over there, I don't think anyone would object to a few beers on a Friday afternoon.
Well, that's also part of the reason
55, why. Because this is the closest thing we're going to get to Steve's birthday right now for us, right?
Sure.
Well, I mean, they can object, but like in any court, it's overruled. We hear your objection. We've taken it under advisement. We are overruling that.
So, yeah.
I'm doing the heavy lifting in the 5 o'clock hour.
We got a lot of stuff going on today. Of course, we'll celebrate Steve and his birthday, and we'll drink and toast in the weekend with a shot of the day. Then it's Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Shut up, boy. And Steve, surprise for you, in honor of your 55 years here on planet Earth, how old were you when you first picked up your bass guitar and started to play and learn and start that entire process? Did you rent a bass guitar at first? Did someone give you something that you were able to tool around with?
There was so my buddies down the street, one guy, Tony and Paul, I've brought up, used to be in the band. So Tony played guitar, and I want to say he started when he was like 4. And he's so sickeningly good now, it actually pisses me off. Probably the best guitar player that I've known personally. Okay. Right? And he's one of these dudes where, like, when Joe Satriani came out, he was all big, and, like, if you're a guitar guy, that was a big deal. So he bought his own with Surfing with the Alien, whatever it was. He learned it in, like, I swear to God, it was like 6 hours. He's that guy. Steve Vai. He became a big
Eric
deal.
Johnson.
Ingve freaking Malmsteen, right?
Oh, the guitar
He could put Randy Rhoads. I mean, you name it, he can do it. The only guy that got in trouble, honest to God, was Eddie Van Halen, because Eddie Van Halen, most people don't know this, did not use effects.
Did Tony inspire you to pick up the bass so you could play with him?
Well, originally I was playing guitar, and when I watched Tony play, I'm like, I have no business doing this. So I'm like, all right, I'll pick up the bass.
How old were you?
14, I believe.
14 years old. So
41 years.
Wow.
I should be better.
41
That's what
years.
I always think. Because I'll say to myself, like, man, you've been playing this for decades. Why are you struggling to play this line?
So what we determined was, just because you've been, a musician for such a long time, and there's been many influences. Today on a Bad Choice Friday, not that either one of these two are necessarily bad choices, okay? But we're going to play a couple of your musical influences from your life.
All right.
And we're going to pit them up against each other on Bad Choice
Patsy
Friday.
Cline.
One of them is Madonna.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
I hate her so much.
Learn to love her, Steve.
Happy birthday.
No, I probably hated her as long as I played bass. Like, whenever she broke, like, I did not like her, and I just didn't like her music at first. I thought she was good looking, so you could watch her videos with the volume down, and then the older I've gotten, but more specifically, the older she's gotten, the less I like her.
Okay.
Nonsense.
This is a great... Hey, turn this up.
It's a fantastic tune.
Yeah.
You know what
She
it's
was
about.
a virgin at the time. More like one.
Madonna has never been a virgin.
She was a virgin.
She had sex before she left the womb.
There was no way you could fight through that. I'm thoroughly convinced.
Right.
It took a while to even
Did you
find
ever see her, so earlier in her career, before we knew who she had a bit of a modeling career, Mike, and eventually, it was a big deal, she was going to release her nude pictures.
What did she model?
Her black and white photos.
Yeah, so it was like a photo shoot, and she released these pictures, and the only thing anyone could say is, how much hair can you possibly grow on your genitals?
Oh,
I mean, dude,
that's why I'm pretty sure she was probably a virgin when she wrote that. There's no way anyone could find that thing. So, Madonna, I like a virgin. Oh, taking on your favorite band in the world, Steve.
Don't be Poison. Jesus Christ. I don't know who I hate more.
Blows me away.
It blows me away. All night and day. Yeah. That was a song about a larger carriage woman.
It was just an unskinny person.
Right. I'm saying.
Fat Tina. But they couldn't call it Fat Tina, so they just went with Fat Tina Bob.
Happy birthday, Steve the Thrill Hill. Your choices today on a Bad Choice Friday. That would be Madonna and Like a Virgin and Poison with Unskinny Bop. Mike, have we put that up on Twitter?
You know we have, Miles.
The poll's up right now if you would like to vote.
Don't vote for
one
either.
Of those two
At
tunes.
Men's Room Live.
By the way, I just want to, a lot of people are texting in happy birthday to me, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. It does mean a lot. That said, we have Coon Trapper out there.
Oh, thanks for the weed, dude.
And a lot of times when Coon Trapper, when he texts in to let us know who sent the text, he ends up with Coon. So I'm going to read it. It says, happy birthday, Thrill, Coon. So I'm glad I know.
He's a person.
I'm telling you what the text says, Mike. I'm just saying, if I did not know who it was, I might take that wrong.
How was
that? Is literally.
It's even all lowercase.
Dude, seriously, are you looking at it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I know the start of the start of your birthday got off to a bang. Last night, and you got a chance to go see the live production of Grease.
Oh, this is an off-Broadway production.
At your daughter's middle school, correct?
That is correct.
And that sounds like a fantastic start. Do we have any Frankie Valli or anything like that?
Oh, let me see what we got.
Maybe Grease.
No, listen.
Did you enjoy my wife? Did you enjoy the performance?
No. And I was talking to my wife about this, and I said, look, man, I know we got to sit here through this. I don't like musicals. I absolutely hate Grease. The only part of Grease I like is the actual theme song from Frankie Valli. However, that's never really played in the movie.
How about in the play?
No.
Well, they do it in the credits. They do it in the beginning of the movie.
Okay, well, there were no credits
with the cartoons running.
Yeah, see, I can listen to this song all day, man. I'm an apologist for this. I know it's
Frankie
stupid.
Valli's awesome.
It's awesome, but the songs in the movie and in the play, it's all the same song.
Actually, this is one of the reasons that Jersey Boys was actually a pretty good musical, because all the music from Frankie Valli was a part of the...
He didn't write
the Four Seasons.
music for the actual movie, did he? Because those songs are terrible.
He just wrote this song.
Okay, he wrote this song. This song,
He just wrote the theme. Yeah.
I just think it's cool. I've always thought it was cool.
How was the performance last night?
It was their first performance. They're getting there. It was an ambitious performance, and I only say this. Last year they did another musical because kids must sing. That seems to be what must happen. But it was maybe 80% dialogue, 20% singing. The thing I saw last night's about 50-50.
Okay.
Right? I mean, they
what is it?
They sing everything.
I know you. What did it cost for a ticket to go see your daughter's performance?
Okay, first of all, I did not know that it cost money.
Yes, it
right?
does.
So
I've been to many places.
No, this is ridiculous because I said to my wife, hey.
Both my kids were in drama.
There's a bar around the corner from the school, and we got like 20 minutes. Why don't we slip into the bar? And she's already shaking her head no. And I'm like, look, man, it's a beer, it's a shot, and then we're in for the long haul. And she's like, look,
it's your birthday.
We have to get tickets. There's going to be a line. First of all, there was not a line. We're going to have to get seats. It was easy to get seats. So I'm kind of stewing a little bit because I'm like, I could be at the bar right now. That's all I could think. Yeah, it was $10 a ticket for adults.
So $20 so you could see your daughter perform in the play.
I got to pay to see this.
And you're also going tomorrow.
I am going to their final performance tomorrow, yes.
Yeah. So you get to see Grease twice on your 55th birthday. This, to me, I mean, what more could one person ask for?
I can't think of anything.
What was your favorite part of the play?
When they bowed.
When it was over.
I mean, look, that's it. The kids put in the effort, man. You can see it, but I'm just not a musical guy, man.
All right.
And asking people that are like 13 and 14 years old to sing is a difficult challenge. Their voices are cracked. Like, their voices crack at that age just talking. So it made for some interesting...
To me, it's a pretty ambitious play to do at their age.
It was super ambitious, man. And so I give the kids credit on that. They obviously put in the work. They had to do a lot of dancing. They had to do a lot of singing. But the real credit goes out to like your first and second graders.
Yeah.
Because they don't get a lot of lines. But when they take the stage, the enthusiasm they have, well, clearly the teacher said, hey, dance during this or sing. They're all in, man.
Hopefully that'll carry over to your performance today.
Yeah.
The energy you saw from those kids.
I hope so.
You could channel it.
I hope. You ever seen a second grader do the hand jive? I hadn't until yesterday. It is a thing to behold, brother.
Our question, what memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
From executive producer Jimmy Kimmel.
What's up, team? Just two people can't launch a brand. It takes a village.
We are MMD Hollywood.
Wow,
which stands for medical marijuana.
Due to restrictions, we can't tell you everything about our new reality series. But what we can say is the idea behind it is fully baked. High Hopes. Streaming 4/20 on Hulu.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in to navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers. But you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Here's some fun on a birthday party. A brave father threw himself onto an alligator after it grabbed a zookeeper during a children's birthday party in Utah in a dramatic rescue captured on video.
Did you see the video?
I have not.
I mean, it's not funny per se, but it's kind of funny.
The wild incident happened in front of a crowd of 5-year-old children at the Scales and Tails Reptile Center in West Valley City, Utah on Saturday. The reptile involved was an 8-foot-long beast known as Darth Gator. Footage shows the moment when the gator grabbed its keeper's hand and the moment when Teresa's husband, who was recording the footage, Donnie, dove in to wrestle the reptile with his bare hands. Go get him, Donnie! The video begins with several children standing at the glass around the alligator's tank while a zookeeper tells them about handling a reptile. She then opens the enclosure and gives a hand signal to the alligator to send it back into the tank. Guess what? The alligator doesn't know hand signals. Instead,
You don't say.
It latches onto the keeper's hand with its powerful jaws and then slides into the water, trying to pull her in with it.
Oh, it did.
The gator thrashes, and then the keeper is hauled almost entirely into the water while fighting to get her hand free. "We've got trouble in here," shouted Donnie, who can be seen at the edge of the tank in a yellow and blue shirt. He steps in behind the keeper and tries to pull her out. "We've got trouble," he shouts again.
But they're minimizing this. It grabs her by the hand. She's trying to pull her hand back. Then it pulls her ass completely in there, and it goes into the death roll. It's a shallow, shallow pool, but it goes into the death roll.
Donnie then circles around the enclosure and jumps on the gator from behind and climbs on its back. He throws his arms around its jaws and holds it while another bystander comes in to check on the keeper. The keeper, the gator, and the dad lie still for several seconds. Then the gator thrashes and releases the hand, allowing another bystander to pull her out of the tank. Now that sounds like some trauma for the kids who...
a little bit.
So you see a couple of kids pressed against the glass watching. And when it goes into the death roll, that's about the time Donnie steps in, all right?
Yep.
So there's a mom there. She pulls her kid away. Then there's kind of a chunky kid who's kind of smiling, still looking through the glass.
Chunky kid.
Yeah. And then the kid kind of closest to the camera. He's watching the whole thing, and I can't quite tell, but it looks like he's smiling.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Like a little kid, like, oh, man.
Right. And I don't trust reptiles, man.
Why would you give it a hand signal think it's going to work? It's an alligator. I'm not a biologist. I admit that openly, but I just feel like when it's a reptile, you can say, well, it recognizes me. I'm sure it recognizes you. It knows you're not a threat, but it doesn't mean it doesn't want to eat
Right.
you.
It's kind of the same thing as a cat. Look, the only reason why we have domesticated cats is because they're small enough that they can't actually kill us. Look, I love my cats. There is one, I guarantee you, if he was of size, I'd be dead by now.
Oh, for sure.
Now, we've seen a couple of these videos before. This is on the lighter side, but still traumatizing to the kids. They say surprise birthday party is usually a delight for people as they get to see so much effort that has been put into making it happen by the people they love. However, expecting kids to react the same way can backfire. A TikTok user uploaded a video providing the same thing recently. The 15-second clip shows a man dressed as a dinosaur entering a birthday party, but things turn south when the reaction of the kids isn't as expected. Instead of cheering for him, the children get scared, and the whole party turns into chaos. The man in the dinosaur costume can be seen running toward the children. Some kids can also be heard screaming for help in the video. The clip has a text saying, "We hired a dinosaur to show up at my son's birthday party. It didn't go as planned, LOL." A very similar videos out there of the Hulk trying to enter a kid's birthday party, tripping and falling through the slider door, sending the entire party into chaos, and kids screaming and crying for their parents.
I would say the problem with the dinosaur. I just assumed it was one of those stupid inflatable.
Right.
No, this is the one.
It is not that. It looks like the raptor from Jurassic Park, right? I mean, it's done exceptionally well. I don't know how much this thing costs, but you would freak out too if you didn't know it was coming. You know, as an adult, you'd piece it together in like 10 seconds, but still, the first thing you do is leave the room. So I click on the video thinking, big inflatable. It wasn't like, no wonder these kids were terrified, man. It looks like a freaking velociraptor.
So our question, what memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Positive Friday.
Hell yeah, Positive Friday.
So actually, my birthday story is positive, actually. So we started off right.
What? That's the wrong button. I hit the wrong button.
Go ahead, Andrew.
So last year was my 40th birthday, and two things that were positive about it that were memorable. First is my kids made for me something I had been asking for years called a pie cakin.
A what?
A pie cakin.
Pie cakin. Is this a dessert?
Yes, it is.
All right.
You bake a pie into a cake, and you get both things.
And this is what you've asked for years.
Now, what kind of pie?
I want. It was a cherry pie in a white cake.
Huh?
I've been asking for one since I was in my 20s, and I finally got one last year. It was pretty awesome.
I see one with pecan pie in the middle of chocolate cake, which to me seems like that would be a good combination.
But I could get down with the cherry pie on the white cake too. Even if you get a little drizzle on there too, it almost becomes a cobbler.
I'm just not into the cherry part of it.
Look it up. You can find pictures.
No,
of them.
there's
They're
tons of
called
different
pie cake and
recipes depending on what you want and depending on the pie. There's an apple pie here inside what looks like a vanilla cake.
Was that specifically the one you wanted, or did you just want anyone at all?
I just wanted any pie cake, and my wife was actually very against it. My daughters were like, "No, we're making this for Dad."
Okay, how did it taste?
It was great. It was, like I said, they made a cherry pie from scratch, and then you basically bake that to almost completion, and then you pour a cake batter over it and bake it again.
Now, did you know that they had baking abilities?
My second daughter, yes, she's actually really, really good. She's only 9 years old.
Are you kidding?
No, she made a raspberry German chocolate cake with raspberry ganache for my wife for her birthday.
Now, does your wife bake? I mean, where did she get this from?
She gets it from me.
Oh, really? So you bake? Wait, if you bake, why didn't you make yourself a pie cakein'?
Because that's not as much fun as being given a pie.
No, you're right. You're 100% correct.
Fair enough. Okay, what was the second good thing that happened on your birthday?
So the second thing was same thing last year. My actual birthday party, my wife threw me a surprise Star Wars costume party.
Oh, really? So, but doesn't that mean you're the only person not dressed in a Star Wars outfit?
No, she brought one for me, so I could change.
Who were you? What character did she get you?
I was basically a Sith, a Darth type character.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, you look cool.
It was amazing.
And was the party at your house?
No, we actually rented a place.
Wow. Okay. How many people showed up for this?
I think we had a good 40 people, and even some of my friends from out of town, out of state.
Awesome. Who had the best costume in your mind?
It was probably my friend's boyfriend. He came as an actual Jedi. He had full costume head to toe, and he was very decked out as a Jedi.
Now, was there anyone there who was begrudging of it? Like, hey, man, I love Adam. I will show up for the birthday. I really hate Star Wars, but I will dress anyway.
Mm-hmm. No, most people were actually into it and thought it was kind of fun just because it was a 40th birthday party. Why not do something different?
Here's a good one for you. It was a Halloween deal, but my mom, she obviously at that point in time, your mom made your costume for Halloween. That was just part of the deal.
Some did it better than others.
And sometimes they looked horrible. Sometimes they did not. But my mom had this moldable foam.
All right.
And I wanted to be C3PO. And so you kind of mold it to the kid's body, and then you draw the outline of the shell of it, so it would be like a shoulder pad coming down over your arm. The next piece would be something that would cover up your forearms. Same all the way across your body. So basically you have this complete molded body armor that you're wearing, and it's all put together by tape on the inside.
All right.
So to speak. So you slide into a jacket that's made with this, you slide into your pants, and had the circle in the middle and all that stuff. And then I had just the generic C-3PO mask with a string on the back for the top. Okay. So I remember we do all this armor. So it takes a long time to just me stand still, her go through my body and cut all this stuff up, molds it. She puts it on a giant plastic tarp sheet.
Yeah.
She's got gold spray paint. She starts spray painting the entire sets of armor. And within about 2 to 3 minutes, you can see all of this armor, this foam, just completely deteriorating and melting.
Dissolve away.
It's gone. I mean, it's gone. It's just a puddle.
Did you cry? Were you devastated?
Well, it was
because you had to be excited.
Like most mothers, it was a procrastination deal the night before Halloween.
Sure.
So this was the last chance to get this done, and the entire thing just melted on the floor. And I'm sure I scrambled for something. I can't remember what I dressed up as.
Did you still dress as C-3PO, or did you pick something else?
I just did something completely different. So the only thing that basically stood was the mask. That's all I had left. See,
my wife has the misfortune of being very good at sewing and all this kind of crap. And then my daughter, she always has these fantastical ideas of what she wants to be, both for Emerald City Comic-Con and for Halloween. But 2 or 3 years ago, she wanted to be a spider, right? But the thing is, she just rolls up to my wife and she's like, Mom, I want to be a spider. My response is, hey, good for you. All right, man, to dress as a spider. Well, my wife is now on duty to create a spider outfit. To her credit, it was elaborate. It was fantastic. It was very difficult to get my daughter in the car that day, but she had all 8 legs, all this crap, and she won the school's best costume.
Oh, nice.
So she's excited about that, all right? But we go to pick her up, Keep in mind, she looked real good as a spider going in. By the end of the day, costumes don't hold up so well, man. No. Like 6 of those 8 legs are all busted off. I mean, she looked haggard.
Well, she's in and out of chairs and inside and outside of doorways.
And she hated it by the end of the school day because she had to drag that crap
using the bathroom.
We tried to tell you this.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, so a couple things to keep in mind. I never realized how hard a Hispanic family will party on kid's first birthday. So we flew down from Washington down to California for my brother-in-law's kid's first birthday. And I'm pretty new to the family. And so they had like a taco guy there, like catering the whole thing. There was like beer and a whole bunch of tequila going on. So I'm new to the family, so I was going around introducing myself and getting to know everybody because people came up from Mexico and everything. And well, then the patron came out, so everyone started giving me shots. And, you know, we're having a good time. Well, at some point, I ended up passing out by the front door, and basically the entire family had to step over my limp body to leave the home.
So they couldn't even get you out in front of the door?
No, I was laying like across the whole thing.
Was this a proud moment for your wife, or was she irritated by your stupidity?
She was irritated, but her grandma actually was mad at her because I was left there at my brother-in-law's house, and she didn't take her husband home.
She didn't take you
she
home?
left without you?
Yeah, she left without me, man.
No, wait. You say went home, came back to Washington without you?
No. She's staying at her grandparents' house.
Okay, all right.
Well, she probably figured you'd sleep it off, and she'd be back tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what she thought. But her grandma was really pissed about it, that she left her new husband there on the ground without taking him home.
Now, what about the rest of the family the next time you see them? Because like you said, they're feeding you shots. They had to know at some point you're going to pass out.
Oh, man. I hear about it. This was like 10 years ago.
I
hear about it every time. I think it was like more of a rite of passage.
That's what I was going to say, man.
It's an initiation.
It's a welcome to the family deal, man. They knew exactly what the hell they were doing.
Right.
Look, any family you go to, you're going to drink what they drink.
Oh, yeah. Every time I go over there, they bring it up. They start drinking up, and they bring it up, and I'm like, yeah, that was me.
Look, man, it's better than marrying someone who's Greek, and you're drinking ouzo. And there's a bunch of different things, and for me, tequila is an easier way to go there and not feel nearly as bad the next day than anything else.
For me, it's not even how I feel; it's about the taste. Like ouzo to me is just one of the worst liqueurs that there is. I think,
but it comes out at a birthday.
It definitely comes out at a birthday. I hate that. I would rather just get hammered on tequila. You make a good point, though. Like, based on whatever your ethnic makeup is, if the family digs deep into that, so like Irish, probably going to have a good time.
German, you're going to drink like Jägermeister, or you're going to drink some type of schnapps, which has got a lot of sugar in it.
They do. They just feed you schnapps in Germany.
They do. So, and it's not the ideal thing. They have one bottle of whiskey, maybe two. They have maybe Jack Daniels and Jameson. One bottle of each other regular spirit, one gin, one vodka.
Right.
That's it.
And then everything
that
else
is a full
schnapps.
stocked bar in Germany. It's beer mostly, and then schnapps, 5 or 6 different bottles. That's what you're looking at when you sit at a bar.
And their schnapps does not taste like our schnapps. Basically, is like sugar.
Right.
Theirs is not. I mean, it's a much drier, different.
And it's not a shot. It's not a shot culture either.
I don't know if I've ever seen just straight schnapps. I've seen like peach schnapps, and I've seen.
This is not that. This is not the stuff you drink because you're underage, like we do here. This stuff. I mean, like this is their go-to drink. And one of the restaurants we went into, the bartender determined he liked me because it turns out he's also a Baltimore Ravens fan. Okay, so what are the odds? So at that point, I'm his immediate friend.
I am too.
Yeah, but you're outside smoking. He didn't believe you. So he kept giving me free shots of schnapps. The problem is he does not understand the condition I was in.
You're hurting.
This was breakfast. Okay, so I'm waking up for, I think we put down like 3 bottles of whiskey the night before, whatever it was. I am hurting. But this guy kept giving me schnapps, and it almost seemed like he'd be offended if I didn't drink it. So I am
Probably would.
But I took it down, right? I take down the schnapps. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. I swear to God, within 2 minutes, he's back with another one.
Not only that, but we were on our way to a long day of getting on a train and going to the
football game,
to the
right?
Seahawks game. So this was just the beginning of the morning. We were just trying to get our crap together. And next thing you know, we're kind of hammered at,
Yeah.
10
Schnapps
o'clock
in the morning, not
Not for
my
you.
go-to, but I did it.
Yes.
Immersed myself in German culture.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Zach. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, bitches.
Hola.
So, my 16th birthday party. We have like 5 acres of land that we can ride quads on and stuff. And a bunch of people over riding quads. We have a little miniature pincher dog who likes to run away as soon as he gets outside. So I believe we had like a pretty heavy chain we put on him, and he couldn't get up to speed with that thing on. Had a little bit of length on it. I saw him running around in the field. I was afraid he was going to get hit by someone. I picked him up. I was riding back on my quad with him. The chain, came out somehow, got wrapped around my back tire. I kind of felt him starting to drag away from me. I wasn't going too fast. I was going fast enough, and tried to throw him out a bit. So his head didn't get hit, and it tore off his back left leg, more or less. It was hanging
Oh,
by
my
his wrist.
God. Jeez, a whiz.
Yeah. I'm bawling my eyes out, and I'm like just crying so hard. And my dad tells me I have to drive my stepmom holding the dog in this freaking towel, like bleeding out to the emergency bed because we have all these people over, and he can't leave the house. And so, yeah, I had to drive from Granite Falls to Snohomish, just soaking tears down my face.
Did the dog make it?
He made it. $4,000 surgery later. He just was a 3-legged dog.
How did the dog adapt to the 3-legged lifestyle?
Oh my God, he did great. He was up and down the stairs like 2 weeks after, and back to trying to run away again, and it didn't slow him down at all.
How long did the dog live after it went from 4 legs to 3 legs?
Actually, I think he just passed away a couple of years ago, so probably 13, 14
You said it was a pincher. You said it was a pincher?
Yeah, a little min pin.
Okay.
Damn, man, that's happy birthday.
Right.
Hey, happy birthday, Thrill.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope my dog has all 4 legs when I get home.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Adam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, bitches. First time caller, long time listener.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So, my story is back from the 80s, back in Fremont, California. And we had a birthday party. We did a lot of drinking, a lot of barbecuing, took part in some methamphetamine back before it was real popular.
Back before it was cool, man.
Back when it was clean. Yeah, man. Not the stuff you get today.
So we had a band, so we were playing in the garage. It was probably about midnight, 1 a.m. Our drummer had asthma, so he had to go run out to his truck to get his little puffer. And as soon as he opened the door, there was a cop at the front door, and he grabbed him and pulled him out.
Uh-oh.
So they pull him out. 6 other cops rush in, break up our party, detain all of us. At the time, I was 18. All my friends were 23, 24. They detain all of us. They end up taking 8 of us to jail.
Damn.
So we all go to jail. We got to pee in the cup because obviously they know we're on drugs.
Were you guys just being too loud? What brought the cops?
Oh, we had a rock band going in the garage.
There it is.
So they take us all to jail. We all pee in the cup and everything. And then we end up having to go to court. And out of 8 of us, 2 of the guys were brothers. And their dad had some money, so he paid for a lawyer. The rest of us just got
public defenders. And so we go through the whole process. And since I was one of the last people detained, I got off because I was unlawfully detained.
So how long did you end up in, how long were you in jail for? Just the night?
Yeah, just the night.
Okay.
I just had to pee in a cup, and like 6 hours later, they came and got me.
Not the worst.
Not the worst, but I like that.
I like the pioneer of meth right there.
Right. I like that. Come on over to the birthday party, have some beers, maybe do a little meth.
You think his drummer had asthma was also smoking meth? I just feel like, look, I mean, if you're doing meth, I know you're not worried about your health.
I just hope you got your inhaler before the cops dragged your ass out, because if you need it, you really need it.
Right.
But like, if I have asthma, maybe meth is not the drug for me.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Bring excitement to your landscape with proven winners, Color Choice Shrubs. These flowering shrubs and evergreens have been trialed and tested by experts to make sure they look better and bloom better, so they're just as easy to care for as what's in your landscape now, but a whole lot more colorful and interesting. Look for proven winners, Color Choice Shrubs, in the distinctive white container at your local garden center, or learn more at provenwinnerscolorchoice.com.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
From executive producer Jimmy Kimmel.
What's up, team? Just two people can't launch a brand. It takes a village.
We are MMD Hollywood.
Wow-wee.
Which stands for medical marijuana.
Due to restrictions, we can't tell you everything about our new reality series. But what we can say is the idea behind it is fully baked.
I don't know.
High Hopes. Streaming 4/20 on Hulu.
This is a promotional message for Alexia Sweet Potato Fries, and in the process of elucidating you on all the wondrous virtues Alexia Sweet Potato Fries have to offer, I intend to do so in a prodigious manner befitting of such a superlative side. That's because all Alexia creations are creatively crafted. From sweet potato fries that accomplish a delicate balance of sweet and savory without GMOs or superfluous additives, to the eloquent lexicon of our advertisements, like this one. Because every Alexia experience is intended to feel creatively crafted and exceptional without exception. Alexia's sweet potato fries. Do procure them in your grocer's freezer.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, we'll drink a toast to the weekend with a shot of the day. That is Bad Choice Friday.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Sham on. And a birthday-inspired Bad Choice Friday today in honor of Steve the Thrill Hill's 55th birthday featuring Madonna.
Like she would know.
We should play this song 2 hours late if it's the winner for Bad Choice Friday.
Madonna and Like a Virgin taking on another Steve the Thrill favorite. That would be the one and only band known as Poison. Vote now on a Bad Choice Friday. If you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live, it's either going to be Madonna and Like a Virgin or Poison and Unskinny Bob coming up on a Bad Choice Friday. All right, our question, what memorable thing went down at the birthday party? A woman is suing Walt Disney Parks and Resorts over severe and permanent injuries caused by an atomic wedgie on a water slide. According to the lawsuit, Emma McGinnis and family visited the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida as part of a celebration of her 30th birthday. But while riding on the Typhoon Lagoon Water Park's fastest and steepest water slide, one featuring a nearly 214-foot drop into the dark, McGinnis's holiday went horribly awry.
Would you do that one? 214 feet into the dark?
I've done the same exact height slide.
Was it that tall?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was terrifying. She claimed she had her ankles crossed as instructed, but became airborne before slamming into the Humunga Cowabunga slide toward the end, which increased the likelihood of her legs becoming uncrossed or otherwise exposing herself to injury. A expert likened the feel of hitting the end of such speed slide to having a fire hose just shooting at your body. As McGinnis hit the water at the end of the slide meant a slower speed for travel, both her one-piece swimsuit and water was forced inside her body. She experienced immediate and severe pain internally, and as she stood up, blood began rushing from between her legs. She was taken to a hospital by ambulance and found to have suffered severe and permanent bodily injury, including severe lacerations
of the vagina?
Yes, a full-thickness laceration causing plaintiff's bowel to protrude through her abdominal wall.
What is a full-thickness
laceration?
I mean, did that mean just the entire width of the swimsuit?
It damaged her internal organs.
Wow, man.
The force of the water can push loose garments into a person's anatomy, and at the risk of the injurious wedgie
vagina
is more common and more serious for women than it is for men, according to the lawsuit that was filed. Our question, what memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Real quick question. What did you do for your 21st birthday?
I went out with a group of friends. They took me out fairly early. I remember going to a few bars before going to a different part of town, and at that point, needing to pull over numerous times to puke. I puked in Raleigh probably 2 or 3 times, kept going throughout the evening, made it to midnight, went home. Didn't feel as bad as I should have the next day, but again, the puking in Raleigh part definitely helped me.
Yeah, I'm right there with it. Basically the same experience. Went out with friends, bar hopped, got pissed drunk, and not a ton of memories from it, but I know I had a good time.
I just went to the casino. We're talking 21st birthday.
21st birthday, right?
Yeah. I think I worked most of the day. I did. You know what? I was working in the detail shop, so I got finished with the day of work, and then we went out to Bubba's place down there in Kent, and got my first shot there was a duck fart.
What exactly is in a duck
That's
fart?
Bailey's, and I think it's like Bailey's and Kahlua.
Also easy going.
Something that's in there.
That's
I mean,
easy.
it's a nasty little shot, right? So did that, had a couple beers with my buddies, went home, and then eventually did go out to the casino down there to the Muckleshoot, had a good old time, but fairly tame night. It was a fun time. I did go into the casino. They checked my ID, and as soon as they saw that it was my 21st birthday, they went, "Oh, there's a bar right over there, a bar right over there."
They know where it is.
Oh yeah, they know.
Well, the reason I ask is we got this text that says, on my 21st birthday, I had surgery for testicular cancer.
All right.
So for that, hold up,
nice.
sad birthday music for that one. I feel like that deserves this song.
That's merited, yes.
It's your birthday, but also you have testicular cancer. We'll be operating. That's a pick me up, is it not?
VD, ladies and gentlemen. What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROG.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Oh, thank you, man.
Birthday, brother.
I appreciate that, dude.
Yeah, I'm about your age, so I know what it's like.
What is about my age?
I'm 56 this year, so I got about a year, I think.
56. All right. The young man talking now.
So, this is over a decade and a half. I had to throw my own 40th birthday party on my 42nd birthday.
Wait, you had to throw your own 40th birthday party on your 42nd birthday. Are you bad at math? Can you explain this?
I kept waiting for my ex to throw me that, and it didn't happen on my 40th, didn't happen on my 41st, so my 42nd came around, and I was like, F this. I'm throwing my own. This is my 40th birthday party. A little late, but we're doing it.
Now,
125 people.
Damn. Did you do the 40th birthday party on your 42nd birthday, or did you just pick a random day?
It was on my birthday.
Was it a good time?
Oh, it was a great time. 125 people showed up. We pissed off the neighbors. It was awesome.
All right, so you had it at your house.
Yeah.
Was your-
And this is out in Greenwater too, and you got to really try to piss your neighbors off out there.
Well, you did it. Was your ex still part of your life when you threw this party?
Yes.
Yeah. What did she think of it? I mean, did you explain to her, like, hey, I'm doing this because you dropped the ball?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she knew. And she had a good time, She's a partier.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good crowd for a birthday party.
What's the last birthday party you've had for yourself, age-wise?
I think that was it.
Okay.
You never know when you're really going to have your last birthday party. I mean, party like that. It's one thing to get together with a group of friends, 5 or 6 people, go out and get some beers.
Sure.
It's another thing to have a designated time, party, location, all of those things where a lot of people are invited.
I think once you hit, 35 or 40, like you do the once a decade party.
Yeah.
I had a party for my 40th and did that at a bar, and I got completely messed up. I remember that one. Had a party for my 50th, right? Mm-hmm. I'm 55. I'm like, I got to wait till I'm 60. I'm going to go and grab some drinks tonight with the wife. We got a friend who's going to join us. It'll be a good time. We're going to have a great dinner. But she even said, like, what do you want to do for your 55th? And I said, babe, I'm not trying to, like, downplay it, man, but, like, I'm at the age now where I need the zero. Like, once you cross decades, I will throw another party.
It's the Hallmark formula. So if you go to a card store and you look in the birthday section, 1 through about 12, 13, 15.
You cover the kids.
All there.
Absolutely.
18 is next. 20 is next. 21 is next. Then from there it goes 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So the older you get...
And then finally, how are you still alive?
Hallmark only recognizes your birthdays by the decade as far as a specific card catered to you.
Yeah, once you hit 30, dude, that's it.
And then it comes back around for full circle. Once you get up there to like the 80s, then all of a sudden, then you start having birthdays every year again because we don't know if this is going to be our last
You
birthday.
are exactly right, man. So, right now I'm in the once a decade, there's a big party, but I'm just thinking back to my grandparents. Every time it was their birthday, it was like, we're going to go see them. But as a child, I just perceived that as, okay, because everybody has a birthday party every single year. Because I'm 8, 9 years old, I do. And then you realize, like, we can't guarantee we get another one of these, so let's go ahead and throw them a birthday party. But I got to think the perspective of someone who's, like, in their 80s, like, why are you guys assuming I'm going to die? Like, every time I have a birthday now, like, you have flown in from across the country. It's my birthday, guys. Like, we think you're going to die.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, here's another one for 21st birthday. I got pregnant on my 21st birthday. That sounds like a good birthday.
Hey, that's what you're looking for.
It might not have been, but either way, at least one of you is happy. Hello, Tim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, hola, bitches.
Hola.
So it was a memorable 8th birthday for me where my dad figured that he was going to have a group of people over. So they chopped down probably like 5 or 6 trees the week before. And we had fun. We shot bow and arrows, played basketball and all that stuff. And towards the end of the birthday party, he's like, all right, everybody start grabbing limbs and start putting it into a pile. And kind of threw me off. I was like, this is my birthday party. He's like, hey, we got kids here, so let's put them to work. So that's what happened at my birthday party.
I thought you were going to say
birthday party, and we worked.
I thought you were going to say that he built a big bonfire, man, and you guys did s'mores or something.
That was towards the end. That was the first bonfire I ever had. It was probably 20 feet wide and about 8 to 10 feet high, just about as high as you could throw a stick up into the air. But we lived in Ravensdale, so we were clearing property and everything, so my dad took advantage of that opportunity.
We're in downtown Seattle by I-5. Hey, look, man, so yeah, he put you to work, but at least the work paid off.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was fun. So, growing up out in Ravensdale and then going to school in Enumclaw, that was the introduction to bonfires and parties. So, thanks, Dad.
Here's a funny one for you. Okay, so a family that I knew, they had farm property, and they had a barn, all right?
Okay.
And the barn had been on the property from the great-grandparents all the way back.
Okay.
The barn was starting to lean, and it was not in very good shape. So at this point in time, it had been there for, decades at a time. They're going to tear this barn down, and they're going to build a new barn in the same exact spot. They tear the barn down and burn all the wood at this huge party they had. Now, this stuff goes up in an instant.
Right.
I mean, this is some old, dry, it looked like teak. It was gray.
Yeah.
I mean, this barn was gray from the weathering and everything else. So they burn the entire thing down, and they erect another barn. So a couple of years go by. Unbeknownst to them, on the side of their barn was an old advertisement for male pouch chewing tobacco.
Okay, all right.
And one artist in particular, it was only one guy. He would go around and he would paint your barn, stay at your residence for about a week, and then move on with the idea being that, he would give you a bunch of male pouch chewing tobacco for the idea of this.
So we can paint this on, right.
We can put this on the side. People can see it from the road. We can advertise. And for like whatever period it was, you get X amount of chewing tobacco products.
The West Virginia way. I like it.
This is Kentucky. This is Ohio. This is West Virginia. This is Virginia. This guy went around. He was a famous artist. Well, there was also somebody who went around and documented all of the murals this guy did because they weren't all similar, but they were pretty close to being the same. So a car pulls up their driveway one day, and he says, hey, I think I might have the wrong address, but did you guys have a barn with a male pouch advertisement on the side of the barn?
Yeah.
Is this the location, or am I messing things up? Because I have pictures of it. I've documented. I got the mile marker. I've got all the stuff. He's doing a book. He's doing all this stuff. And the guy, my buddy's father, who owns the place, said that barn, we just we tore it down and we burned. We burned the entire thing, and just, we erected another one. And he said, well, that's unfortunate because I just sold a side panel of one of these barns for $10,000.
You've got to be kidding me.
To an art collector who essentially put that up on the inside of a structure that he had.
Okay.
Because it was like a beer hall or something. It was one of those things where somebody in D.C. bought the damn thing or whatever, put it up like as the entire wall of this fancy restaurant. Paid $10,000 for it. And he said, and so I was going to ask you, because he's building another something rather, and he wants to see if he can get another one. This is the closest location to D.C. that we have one. So he's like, if you would have saved the wood, even just the slats, I could have put it back together.
Right.
And it would have been a $10,000 piece.
Damn.
And this was 1986. I mean, 87. This is a lot of money, man.
Yeah, $10,000 back then, for sure.
And he burned it at a party in a huge pile. And I mean, I remember that party because we were young enough where we're not supposed to be drinking, but it was expansive enough on the property where we could sneak away.
How old were you?
16 years old.
Ah, yeah.
Steal booze, everything else. But I mean, our folks were there. I mean, our parents were there.
But if they're getting drunk, they don't care.
$10,000. $10,000. He finds out 2 years later because my buddy's like, "Hey, man, remember we had that party and burned that down? I guess who showed up to the house?" And he told me the story. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me! $10,000. I mean, $10,000 you could buy a new car then."
Sure. Yeah. Easily.
So it's just like, Jesus,
that sucks.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Darren. Welcome to the men's room.
Evening, gentlemen.
Hola.
Hola. Well, the story didn't happen to me, but in 1986, I was working at Chuck E. Cheese in Tukwila. Yes, and on a break, I went out to the birthday room to talk to a friend of mine who was a birthday host. And the music was going, the animatronic show was going on. Sorry about my dogs, guys.
All right.
That's all right.
All right, they're happy. No, but I went out to talk to my birthday host friend. The animatronic show was going on, and there was a dad standing next to us, using the old school video recorder to record it. Anyway, it was so loud, my friend was over-talking the music, and about every third word throughout the F-bomb.
Wait, who was throwing out the...
And I always wondered if the guy ever previewed his tape before he showed it to the kids.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so there's a guy sitting there filming the deal. Meanwhile, he's having a conversation with his buddy,
right.
just dropping F-bombs left and right.
Yeah, we're F-bombing like crazy.
Well, probably not.
Did the dad say anything?
No, he was so into the video, he never heard us and never even looked at us.
Okay.
What's the weirdest or dumbest thing you saw at your time at Chuck E. Cheese?
Parents fighting? Anybody get into it, like family-wise?
No.
Well, that's good.
We had a lot of families that would bring in outside food and really stink up the birthday room.
Wait, what kind of food are they bringing in?
I think some were it's like Indian food, which is delicious.
Right, but if you're not used to the smell, that's potent. Anybody ever pee or poop in the ball pit?
Oh, the time.
Really? Like, how many times a week do you think that actually happens?
Oh, man, it probably happened about 5 times a day.
A day? And you got to think that it happens more than you guys are aware, because someone has to tell you that someone peed in the ball pit, right?
Yeah, well, not to divulge too much information, but I've known of people that I worked with at the time would have a after-hours fun in the ball crawl.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I would too,
That was also happening in there, too.
Do you get a creepiness factor when you tell people you work at Chuck E. Cheese?
Not anymore. I was 17 at the time.
All right, okay, fair enough. All right. I just wondered, like, if someone asked me what I did, I'd be like, bartender at Chuck E. Cheese. Be like, get the kids away from him.
Yeah, like a bar, and they have bartenders, but it just cracks me up. Like, man, there's a million bars.
Probably a good place to start.
Is this... I don't know, man. It's so limited.
Well,
you're not making mixed drinks. It's
you learn how to make a Shirley Temple.
You can make a Shirley Temple, and you can pour a beer.
Oh,
actually, I don't even know if they have it on tap. I always got bottles or cans when I went there.
Some type of delicious fruity lemonade. Who knows? What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
From executive producer Jimmy Kimmel.
What's up, team? Just 2 people can't launch a brand. It takes a village.
We are MMD Hollywood.
Wow,
which stands for medical marijuana.
Due to restrictions, we can't tell you everything about our new reality series. But what we can say is the idea behind it is fully baked.
I don't know.
High Hopes. Streaming 4/20 on Hulu.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Ted versus the FCC on the way on this Oh-So Positive Friday, right after emails on our question, what memorable thing went down at the birthday party? This is memorable. Aspen Brown didn't need anyone to give her a ring for her 7th birthday. She came up with her own. The girl was visiting Crater of Diamond State Park in Arkansas to mark her milestone with her dad and grandma on September 1st. According to the park, she picked up a gem about the size of a green pea from a pathway entering the park. The park confirmed her find as a 2.95 carat golden brown diamond. Damn! The second largest diamond found by a park visitor and registered. Aspen's diamond has a golden brown color and a sparkling luster. It is a complete crystal with no broken faucets and a small crevice on one side, created where the diamond was formed. The 37-acre field the guests can search is the eroded surface of a volcanic crater where amethysts and garnets can be found. 1 or 2 diamonds are found daily. Thousands have been discovered overall. The diamond larger than Aspen's that was found this year was 3.29 carats, and it was discovered at the park in March. But Cox says Aspen's is special. It's certainly one of the most beautiful diamonds I've seen in recent years as far as the quality and the size of the diamond.
What do they say it's worth?
They don't give an amount, but it is... they say it's one of the most valuable that's ever been found there.
Jesus.
And she found it on her 7th birthday.
So whatever they say it's worth, the parents are going to tell her about 90% less. Well, baby, they said it's worth $40. Here you go.
Hopefully enough to pay for college if she chooses to do that.
Yeah, no kidding.
But not anymore.
See, we got a text here. It says, hold on. Cue the music. 5 years ago, on my 50th birthday, what do you think happened? You're right. I got shot. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Got caught between 2 feuding groups. I took a .45 caliber round straight through my right shoulder. Love the show. You guys kick ass. That's
wow.
From the ball. Man, you got shot on your 50th birthday? I had a party.
That is insane.
I mean, like, seriously.
that is a milestone birthday. 50, to me, 30 is a big one. 40 is obviously a big one, too. But for some reason, 50 just hits differently.
I feel like it's 50, you know for a fact you are now going down the hill.
If you're 60,
you have climbed it.
Yeah, you're 60, you made it to 60. Good for you. The good news is, hopefully, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know you're getting closer to maybe having that day where you don't have to get up and go to work in the not-so-distant future.
Sure.
So there's that to look forward to. In that instance, man, when you're 50, no, you got a ways to go.
And you're still feeling good, man.
And you got shot.
And the worst part, it'd be different if it were at your own party and you got into some kind of thing. Not that you want to get shot, but the fact that you had nothing to do with whatever the conflict was.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Happy birthday there, Thrill.
Oh, thank you very much, man.
So this goes back. I grew up here in Seattle my whole life. Caused a lot of problems. So I went and got a CDL when I was 28 and needed to get out of Seattle. So we moved to Charlotte, North Carolina for a year. Me and my girlfriend at the time, soon to be ex-wife. So I played a lot of basketball growing up, and so I never really saw colors or anything, so black and white wasn't a thing for me.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing because you moved to Charlotte.
Yeah, I know, for sure. And it was amazing. I never knew how much prejudice there still is around.
You're in North Carolina.
Yeah.
You're in North Carolina, man.
You're in the hotbed of it.
All you need to do is follow the local news there, or the politics section.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Sorry, let me take you out of. So I meet a bunch of brothers because when I do my work, I'm moving trailers around in a yard, and all the guys in the warehouse are black people. And so they invite me to play basketball, and we make friends. And so one of these guys, Red, is turning 30, and he invites me to his birthday party.
All right.
So he gives us the address and directions, and my girlfriend was told never to go past this
street in this area because it's not safe. And sure enough, we're going to the party, go past that area. All of a sudden, we're like the only white people for a long ways. And as we get closer, she starts freaking out, and she's like, no, I'm not going here. I don't want to go. I will not go. And by then it's too late. I turn the corner, and there's the party, and they're all there out there waving at me. And so I had to go in. And so we ended up having such a great time. It was amazing. They had a big old blast where they were doing chicken, and, they had Crown Royal going around. Aunts and uncles were there. And
I'm guessing it's an entire block party?
Pretty much, yeah.
Would that be a Brock party?
Oh, it was, yes. It was. And I'm not a Crown Royal drinker, but I definitely had a good time. So.
I think it goes down pretty smooth. As far as every time I have a Crown Royal, I think to myself, this is a really good, smooth whiskey.
I never actually buy it, but yeah, it is. It's decent.
Well, the chicken was cool too. The big old thing of chicken.
Now, did your girlfriend end up having a good time?
Oh no, she had a blast. She was embarrassed the way she was acting.
Well, she should be. Like, these are my friends. It does not matter if they are black. We get along. That's what friendship is.
Yes, and people are people, so
Why does it seem you and I should get along? So why is she going to soon be your ex-wife? What happened there?
Oh, no, we've been divorced for 7 years. We've talked a few times before.
She left you for a black guy.
That would be...
Oh, the irony.
I know, that would have been perfect.
She had so much fun. What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sean. Welcome to the men's room.
Happy birthday, Thrill.
Thank you, sir.
Hola.
How are you guys doing today?
Doing great, man. Positive Friday.
Positive Friday.
Plus, we're going to start drinking here in a minute because it's Steve's birthday. Don't be surprised if we get into it before the shot of the day. Because I won't.
What do you guys have it today?
Now, there's some Jack Daniels. We got some beer. I'm not sure what beer we have. See, we have a keg full of the Men's Room IPA. Okay, it's no joke. We have a kegerator. It is probably 30 feet away from us, but Ryan Castle and our other boss, Jack, they know us well enough that there is a keg lock on it.
Yeah.
Which is no big deal because there's a key. The problem is neither Castle nor Jack are here, and we don't know where the damn key is.
Also, our sister station, 100.7 The Wolf, they've got an event tonight called Beers with Friends.
Oh, that is tonight, yeah.
They have they stuck a bunch of Rainier in their refrigerator.
Oh, is that theirs?
Well, it was.
No, I'm going to drink
No,
it.
it was theirs.
Is it still in there?
Yes.
Yeah, we're drinking the stuff.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
I'm letting them know now. So if they go, where's my beer? Here
it's
it is.
in my belly.
It's on record.
Or in the urinal.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be a good time for you guys.
Yeah.
So, what memorable thing happened on a birthday? It was my 24th birthday, and I had chose to celebrate it at the Spot in Renton, right below Valley Medical Hospital. So I had invited a bunch of friends from high school, friends that I had made over the years, and coworkers. And long story short, we all ended up on the back patio, and they just kept feeding me shots, and I kept drinking beer, more shots. My friend brought out his hash pen. I kept taking big rips of that, and before long, I got the super spins, and my head ended up in a cigarette bucket, throwing up.
Ooh, in the cigarette bucket.
Oh, yeah, it was bad. And to make things even better or worse, I would say, I went back to the same bar for a Seahawks preseason game against Dallas, and I had the same waitress that served on my birthday. And I was like, hey, I remember you. She was like, you're the guy that threw up in the cigarette bucket. Like, what happened to it? They threw it away.
I hope so.
Yeah.
There's not any putting. I don't want to put my butt out in your vomit. Well, that's
exactly.
That's as time goes on, those experiences happen less and less. Not that they don't happen, but they don't happen on your birthday. You're almost guarded to keep yourself,
because you've done what he did. I mean, you know people are going to feed you shots. I want to say the last time I got just absolutely annihilated on my birthday was, and keep in mind, I will still get drunk, but I mean just like absolutely, you have no business doing this. My 30th birthday, and there was some wannabe Australian bar in this place called Federal Hill in Baltimore. No big deal, but it's a pretty cool bar, 2 levels, pool tables, all this kind of thing. Maybe 50 people are there. We have a great time. I do not remember what I was drinking, but I've always had a proclivity to drink shots of beer. I just don't know what the shots were. I kind of remember the beginning of the party because a lot of people were having fun. My next memory is I am completely immobilized. I can barely open my eyes. I cannot move my body, but I am aware that I passed out on top of a pool table at the bar. And my buddy Tony, I never saw him because, again, I could not open my eyes, but I just remember his voice and feeling his hand like punching my shoulder going, come on, man, you're better than this. And all I could think was, obviously I am not.
No.
That is why I am here, man.
I'll tell you one thing that's a saving grace from those days till now. The Jägermeister cooling machine that used to sit back on a lot of the bars that had like 2 or 3 bottles that were upside down on the top that were emptying into this machine that would keep the Jägermeister cold.
And somehow that meant you must drink it.
You just saw trays of 12 of these, 15 of these. It was never like just 2 shots. I mean, when they'd order them doubles for the table.
Always.
And that would get you into the most trouble. If you just stuck to just a regular anything, you would have been a lot better off than all the sugar. The hangover was severe, and it just seemed like that was the way you did it. Like if someone were to send
it was
you
always
shots,
a tray.
It's Jaegers.
I don't even know why I was drinking. I never even liked the taste, but I always drank it. Anytime I went to the bar, I get a shot of Jaeger. And years ago, I'm there with my then girlfriend, went to the bar, and I go in, I want to get a shot of Jaeger because that's what I'm going to do. So the bartender says, well, look, man, there's only one. You have an outstanding bar tab. Right. But he knew I was good for it, and he always paid up because you got the outstanding bar tab, but there's only this little bit left in the one bottle. And these were just the bottles on the shelves, not in the refrigerator thing. He goes, but I'll tell you what, looking back, he may have been joking. I did not recognize this at the time. Said, I can open this new bottle. If you can polish off this whole bottle before the end of the night, not like just chugging it, the bar tab's taken care of. I'm like, he does not know who this he is.
Charles accepts it.
Oh, put it this way. My bar tab was, in fact, forgiven. I took down the bottle, and at the time I'm doing it, it's fantastic. Well, the problem is this is a Saturday night. I'm working in restaurants, so we had to do brunch. I hated doing brunch anyway, but you had to get to work earlier because normally you're working nights. Well, this day you open at, 11 o'clock, whatever. I cannot explain how bad I felt. When I wasn't going to call out, you know what I mean? But I just remember getting to the restaurant. My head is pounding horribly. The worst part is you're still drunk.
Yes.
So it's like
you're sweating, you're moist.
I'm not going to be hungover, and you're cracking eggs. And I don't know what it is. Something about looking at, because you're not making breakfast for you. You're preparing brunch, right? So there's like 48 egg yolks looking up at you, man.
And there's the smell of alcohol in the air, too.
Dude, well, the smell of alcohol was me. I mean, my sweat smelled like Jägermeister. That was the worst shift I've ever worked. And
well,
I have not had Jägermeister. That's not true. I've had a few shots here and there, but honest to God, in the last 30 years, I can probably count on one hand how many shots of Jaeger I've done since then.
Well, and Jaeger is supposed to, as Ted would say, a digestif. It was supposed to be a dessert liqueur. Like this thing's
fentanyl is a painkiller, but much like a drug addict, I abuse
this thing is supercharged. Like a little bit's supposed to go a long way. That's kind of how it became a thing out here. Like you didn't need to drink too much, and you were just completely messed up. So to polish a full bottle, man, I would
that night, man. And I was shooting pool that night. I remember that. And
you put your penis in the pocket of the pool table.
No, that was a different time, Miles. That was on 151. No, what do they call them?
Moonshine.
Now, it's 101 and 151 mixed together. They called it the 252. Right? And it wasn't good, but it's just, you're broke, you're young. So that night, they wanted to see how many of these can you do in an hour. And I know I broke the record because, again, challenge accepted. The next day, I go into that bar, and this is not Jaeger night. This is the 252 night. And when I walk in, it's a lot of regulars, but they all turn their head and they're like, oh, my God, how are you? And, I'm in my early 20s, man. You bounce back. I'm like, I'm fine, man. What's up? They're like, dude, you got so hammered last night. I'm like, yeah, I remember that part, man. I remember the one time I fell off the bar stool. In unison, they said, once? Apparently, I fell off my bar stool like 7 times. They're like, you couldn't sit upright. That's when I was told that you put your penis in the corner pocket of the pool table because you were playing pool, but the guy I'm playing was very good. This guy used to call me Prime Time, Nigerian guy. And they're like, you challenged him to take the shot with your D in there. I'm like, did he do it? He's like, no, he threw down the pool cue and left. I'm like, oh, yeah, my bad, guys.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
That time, by the way, not my birthday.
Okay.
That was just a random night. Hello, Blake. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, so I was at my buddy's 8th birthday party. I was also 8.
About an hour into the party, it was nice outside, so we were all bouncing around on his trampoline. We were jumping, having a good time, and then I turned, did a 360, landed, jumped again, and when I came back down, I was so close to the edge that I fell, and both of my arms went between the springs on the trampoline, and my face bounced off the support bar, the big ring around it.
Yeah.
And when so I bounced right up. It didn't hurt or anything. I looked my buddy dead in his eyes. He looked at me, and he started screaming.
Oh, boy.
And so what had happened was when my face hit the bar, I lacerated my head from eyebrow to eyebrow.
So you're just bleeding like crazy.
Like Carrie crazy. like at prom. So I couldn't see anything. My nose was filling up with blood. My mouth was. The mom, everyone was screaming. The mom came outside. She started screaming. It was pretty crazy. I didn't feel any pain, so I wasn't screaming. I was just really confused. I didn't know what had happened.
Did you understand why they were screaming, though?
Well, yeah, most definitely.
Now, was your buddy bad in high-pressure situations?
Yeah, he still is.
All right.
Well, you know, like don't look at someone's injury, even if you want to scream. Do not scream if they're not screaming.
Seems like 99% of the stitches I got was below the age of 20.
Oh, for sure.
I have not done anything in my adult life that required me to get stitched up, but plenty of time. I punched a wall when I was 19 years old and completely opened up my hand. I had stitches all over one hand just from what the drywall.
Did you hit the support, or did you?
I did. I have done that before, but
you actually punched the stud.
But I did not do that this time. I took it straight through and just completely opened up my hand.
Frickin'.
Oh, yeah.
It was a frickin'.
Yes, it was. Exactly. What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
It was frickin', Mike. You know what, man? Back in the 1800s, right? And the Cowboys were going to do a duel.
Yeah.
You know, they'd say 3 paces, turn around and shoot. You were so fast and not dumb button. I'd be like, he's only going to take 2 paces. He's going to shoot my ass.
Damn right.
No one would do a duel with it.
$325,000. I am not taking risks.
What memorable thing went down at the birthday party? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Positive Friday, gents.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey, I also got to say real quick, it was nice meeting you guys at the Black Raven Brewery the other week. First time seeing you guys live, and damn, that was fun. And
thank you, man.
Thank you for signing my beer.
Man. Did you get a chance to drink that 6-pack?
Oh, hell yeah, except for the one that you guys signed, but damn, that's a good IPA.
You can still open the can, man. I mean, look, the beer's on the inside. The signatures will survive the can. If that's me, I want to say, who's the guy from Maker's Mark? So we had the guy, like the head distiller of Maker's Mark, the very significant man in the spirit industry. He signed these bottles of Maker's Mark.
Bill Samuels Jr. was the master distiller at the time.
I'll put it this way, Mike. I still have the bottle.
I still have the bottle, too. Same with Blake Shelton. Blake Shelton came out with a vodka, and we got a bottle of Blake Shelton vodka. So I took that bad boy home, and I'm like, what would Blake want me to do?
Right.
He'd want me to drink it. Same with Dan Aykroyd. He brought us a bottle of Crystal Skull vodka.
Yeah, very cool.
And I'm like, it's a really cool.
I have the bottle.
It's empty. What would Dan Aykroyd want you to do?
Yeah.
He wants you to drink it, so we want you to drink it.
Copy that.
Yeah.
So let me take you back to a good old year of 2001. End of summer, beginning of fall. Starting a new school. I'm in 3rd grade, right? It's like the first week of school, and it's my birthday. And so I'm in the middle of show and tell, passing out cupcakes and telling about my favorite drinks and whatnot. Teacher stops it halfway through and puts on the TV. Well, that day just so happened to be 9/11.
Oh, geez.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, and as soon as that happened, it was forget about my birthday and focus on the country.
Well, for sure. What about now?
In that aspect.
Got to say in years afterwards, too.
Right, I mean, it's never going to be a good day.
Because we'll never forget.
No.
You know, I think...
But...
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, every time people ask me, oh, well, your birthday's on 9/11, that sucks. Yeah, it sucks. You know, people remember it. And, you know, we came together as a country because of it. But I wasn't born in 01, so that I guess, you know, I don't consider that my birthday, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, but look, if you were born in 01, you have no recollection of what happened. The one thing that you have is the memory and seeing the TV. and all this stuff, because if you are roughly our age, probably down to your age, it would be the equivalent of Pearl Harbor, right? So we're aware of the day it happened, but all we see is footage. So your connection feels different. But 9/11 is like, right, I still feel it in my gut.
Also, I was doing a morning show that morning, and the craziest thing about it was we were trying to figure out what was going on by essentially watching the Today Show before CNN.
Yeah.
Because they were in downtown New York. So we knew that the tower was on fire. They said a small plane initially,
right?
They believed had hit the tower. So that's all that we really knew. But based on the fact that the midday girl, she wasn't the best at conveying information, so to speak, other than here's the Doobie Brothers. We stayed on the air, so we're watching all this go down. In the meantime, they say, "Hey, look, man, there's 2 planes that are headed toward Washington D.C. right now that came from Logan." So we're thinking, oh God, and they're saying, hey, look, you just look at the EAS box. You're going to get an alert. That's why we run these tests.
That's right.
You'll hear them all the time. If this were an actual event, in the event of an emergency,
we still might not play it.
You would be informed of what the situation is. So we got the EAS manual out. We're ready. We got everything ready to go. I'm thinking to myself, I'm sweating under my armpits because I don't know the severity of how broad this attack is.
Shutting down airports. We need everybody to remain in their homes.
Next thing we know, we have a plane that hits the Pentagon, and we're like, oh God, because my wife worked in that area.
Yeah. I know a lot of people.
This is Tacoma, Washington. This is Tacoma, Seattle. As far as the
distance, yeah,
right.
So and they still didn't fire off a signal.
We're under attack.
Then there's another plane coming, and we're like, okay, Jesus, we know the manual now. We're going to do this. We're going to fire this bad boy off. Yeah, they shot it down in Pennsylvania,
but we never. Seriously,
we're still waiting.
I'm at a different radio station.
Button.
We did news. We never played. So look, the EAS, it is a federally mandated thing. It's good to test.
Yeah.
It does work. But for it to matter, you got to use it. And I thought to myself, if the country being under attack, especially when no one has any real information,
if
this isn't it, what the hell has to happen?
Right, exactly. What has to happen for us to hit that button?
Right. Don't hit it yet. Like, what has to happen?
Yeah, I think the guy at the FCC went home too.
Yeah,
he's like, F it, I'm out.
Right.
Like, damn,
get the hell out of here.
Speaking of FCC, Ted versus the FCC is coming up, and we've got your emails on the way next. In the men's room at KISW.com.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Bring excitement to your landscape with proven winners, Color Choice Shrubs. These flowering shrubs and evergreens have been trialed and tested by experts to make sure they look better and bloom better, so they're just as easy to care for as what's in your landscape now, but a whole lot more colorful and interesting. Look for proven winners, Color Choice Shrubs, in the distinctive white container at your local garden center, or learn more at provenwinnerscolorchoice.com.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in to navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
If you've ever wondered if you can pull off cowboy boots, then you should pull on a pair of Tacovas. Comfortable right out of the box and available in dozens of timeless men's and women's styles. Their handcrafted boots are ready to put the world at your heels. When comfort leads, confidence follows. And Tacovas delivers both right to your door. Visit tacovas.com. That's TECOVAS.com. And don't go gently. You'll love where you're headed.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, the weekend is coming up. Coming up, we will drink and toast to the weekend with a shot of the day. Then it's Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
You can maybe recognize kind of a birthday theme here on a Bad Choice Friday and on this show. Steve the Thrill Hill is 55 years old, so what do? We pitted two of his favorite bands head-to-head on a Bad Choice Friday. Number one, that would be Madonna.
Hey. What was your first Madonna album, Steve?
Whatever my wife bought like 3 years ago.
You actually do have a Madonna album.
My wife has a Madonna album.
In his collection.
I was buying that's the thing. So I was buying a bunch of vinyl. She's like, ooh, and she knows I hate Madonna. And again, I'm like, hey, it's for you. Throw it in the pile. But when I alphabetized everything, and I'm not making it, I really debated even putting it in.
Yeah, give her own section.
Yeah, the Madonna song.
Oh, right. She just gets her own
with like,
cordoned off area
Culture
over
Club.
Because my wife's like, dude,
house.
put her in there. I'm like, I feel weird because I hate her.
Madonna and Like a Virgin taking on Poison on a Bad Choice Friday.
Ah, yeah.
I have one more Madonna album than I do Poison.
You have no Poison in there.
No.
Oh,
Are you
come
kidding
on now,
me?
man.
I wouldn't accept it if it were free. I hate this band so much.
Poison and Unskinny Bob taking on Madonna and Like a Virgin on a Bad Choice Friday. Vote now. Get those votes in there if you follow us on
Don't vote
Twitter.
at all.
At Men's Room Live, one of those two tunes coming up right after we drink and toast with the shot of the day.
What was this album? Was it like Blood from something? I had this album when I was younger, dude. When I
open up and say, maybe?
No, doggone
Not
it.
sure.
This is going to bug me.
Either way, time for a few emails in the Men's Room at KISW.com. And from our question, what memorable thing went down at the birthday party? We have a couple. Ola Bachola's what happened on my 50th. It was a surprise party. When I went into the house, they were all waiting for me. Seeing someone there I knew when I was a kid. It was my first girlfriend from junior high. Over 8 years, we both ended up divorced. We kept in contact. We got together a year ago and have been together ever since. That from Renee.
Damn.
That's a cool story. Guys, at my 16th birthday party, one of my dad's friends gave me a special brownie without telling me.
Jesus.
My mom caught me 3/4 through and had to talk me through my first time getting stoned through the rest of the party. And I got stoned. Fun times. That from Drew. As we move on to the actual birthday requests. Bacholas, can I wish Jocelyn a very happy birthday and have the Disney characters, I guess that would be Goofy, congratulate her on becoming an RN. Thanks, guys, and appreciate it.
Well, gosh. Now that you're a registered nurse, I hope you're making a little more money, looking good, no scrubs. But just know, old Goofy's been to the hospital a few times, well, the veterinarian, and it seems to me you do all the work, and the doctor gets all the money.
Happy birthday, Thrill. Today is my brother James's birthday. And I's birthday. Same birthday, but he was born a couple of years after me. So could I get a fart compilation and some Thrill shotgun gets thrown in between for us getting old and stanky? Much love. That from John. Yeah. Gentlemen, I want to wish my younger brother Justin a very happy 31st birthday. He's the one that got me into listening to you guys years ago, but I'm the only one who's been gutsy enough to give the calls and email your show. So for his 31st birthday, dealer's choice on sound effects.
Nice.
And how about the Dirty Germans to talk about the 31 flavors? Thanks, guys. That from Brandon, the bus driver.
That's fun.
Yeah, you know, we here in Deutschland have been paying much attention to your United States television commercials, and now there's this new spray, the all-over body spray, where the women brag that you can even spray, you know, down there. So with that in mind, knowing what we have as proclivities, we recommend that they introduce a teriyaki, vanilla bean, French onion soup, and because I'm from Deutschland, Vienna sausage, you come up with the other 27 flavors.
Buffalo.
Yeah, buffalo.
Bitches, I want to give the Dirty Germans giving my buddy Tyrell a 40th birthday shout out about how misleading it is to have a name like Tyrell and be an extremely white guy from Enumclaw.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. That from his buddy Devin in Portland.
Yeah, do not take your name so harsh. Obviously, your parents thought to themselves, where would we like our pasty white son to go to school? They said, Howard University. So they named you properly.
All the guys want to give a birthday shout out to my better half, Eddie. It's his 43rd trip around the sun. How about the Dirty German talking about the antique tractor pulls? We both really enjoy the show. You guys are great. And rock out and rock on. That from Sarah.
Yeah, you call this an antique tractor pull because you're being disrespectful. We simply call it having sex with old women.
Oh, we got a few of these too. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Thrill, from longtime listeners Chris and Shelley. A dealer's choice there, Mike, from Chris and Shelley.
Thank you, Chris and Shelley.
Here's another one. As on the fly, happy birthday parody. Happy birthday to Thrill. You stole all my pills. You're almost an old F, and you sound like one, too. Happy birthday, Thrill. Maybe you have a great rest of what's left of your life, assuming cigarettes don't kill you before 60. Cheers to all of you. That from Alex, dealer's choice there.
Thank you, Alex.
And all bitches, happy birthday, Thrill. Whether you're a fan of Crown Royal or not, a combo I accidentally discovered that goes down really smooth was Crown Apple and a mug root beer. It was all I had one night, so I tried it with about 2.5 shots.
That's all I had. Let's give it a go.
And there was no bite to it at all. How about another sound effect medley of your choice there, Mike, from Steve the Thrillhead.
Thank you, everyone. That's very, very kind of you to do.
So when you came out of your mother's womb, then the cord had to be cut.
I wish Ray would say that. It's your birthday. Yep. This is the day you came out your mama's womb, and the cord had to be cut.
And since it is a Dad Joke Friday, and you're sitting right here, I have a compilation of dad jokes that I'm going to give to you on your 55th birthday.
Without me even asking.
No, this is all from me. This is my present to you. Okay. What's a guy with a small penis called? What's a guy with a small penis called?
I could say my answer, but I'd be fired. What do you call a guy with a small penis?
Justin. Here's one for you. I hear that bald men keep the last comb they ever used for sentimental reasons.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They just can't part with it. Oh, wow. But wait, there's more. These are all customized jokes for your birthday. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
So I know you're a fan of Old Motown. So here's a Motown joke. I've got 2, maybe 3 more Motown puns left in me. 4 tops.
That's a good one.
A gang of amputees robbed a bank. The police are stumped. And my wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo. So I had to put my foot down. Now, here are the ones that are customized for you. I have some white jokes.
White jokes?
White jokes. Some of them are okay, some of them are not. What do you call 64 white people in one room?
64 white people. What do you call that?
Full-blooded Cherokee. Wait, there's more white jokes on a Dad Joke Friday. What is the scariest thing? The scariest thing about a white person
What
in
is
prison?
the scariest thing about a white person in prison?
You actually know they did it.
Wow.
What's the difference between gravity and a white man?
What is the difference between gravity and a white man?
Gravity holds everyone down equally. And finally, what do you call a bunch of white guys sitting on a bench?
What are a bunch of white guys sitting on a bench?
The NBA. All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Looks like someone here brought you a cake.
Yeah, baked it myself last night.
Did you bake this yourself?
God, no. You think I would do that good of a job, man?
I'm not decorating.
What flavor is it?
It's green.
It is a chocolate cake with a green icing on it.
With funfetti. And just so you know, Mike, there are 2 5-year-old children that are going to be very upset that they didn't get their number on
You're
their...
damn right. I took the last 2 5s.
to make 55.
It was either a chocolate or a white cake, and I figured you were more of a chocolate guy.
Damn right. Just look at me. Hey, thank you guys, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
Oh, now you blew all over. You blew wax.
It took you 2 puffs to blow out 2 candles.
I smoke, Mike. What do you want me to do, man? I was trying not to blow wax on Miles.
Oh, my God.
So,
that sounds so bad out of context.
Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing, our brand new beer. We've got some brand new locations for you. I'll give you a few. Zach's Smoke and Beverages. Machias, the Food Mart.
Machias.
See, if I was in Mexico, Machias. But Machias. All right. The Chevron on Salmon Service Center. Terry's Corner Store. The East Lake Market. Storm Lake Grocer. The Golden Food Mart. The Beer Star in Seattle, the Safeway Market, the Briscoe Shell Station, D&L Food Mart, Chevron on 68th Avenue, Plaza Select Foods, the Cedar River Chevron, Pacific Liquor, 96 Smoke and Beer Mini Mart, the Shell at Thrasher's Corner, Zeke Smoke Shop on 164th, Discount Smoke, Total Wine in Tacoma, Lacey Liquor and Beverage, Lucky Liquor and Wine in Sumner, the Grocery Outlet Crossroads, the QFC Canyon Park, Payless Food Stores in Freeland, Safeway in Silver Lake and in Tacoma, Liquor Store on Renton Fairwood.
It's just called the liquor store?
The liquor store.
I like, keep it simple, man.
Super Smoke 5, Safeway, Snoqualmie Fuel Center, Ballard Liquor Convenience Store, and the 72nd Deli Mart. Some listeners also sent in some locations. Olabachola's I-10 Bar at the Polar Bar in the Arctic Club Hotel on 3rd and Cherry.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to your show while driving home at night. I dropped off a box of Andy's Mints.
That is right.
At the desk for you to enjoy.
We said,
I didn't know you're only 3 blocks away. Hopefully we'll get the beer. That's from Mike.
Because we were like, man, I enjoy Andy's Mints. Mike Hawk doesn't, apparently. You call it an inferior candy. Nevertheless, we said, where does anyone go to buy them in bulk? I don't know where my man bought them from, but we went by the front security desk. We're going out to smoke, and the woman in the lobby says, hey, somebody left this here for you guys. I don't recognize it as Andy's Mints at first. And I'm like, were they crazy? She said, no, they seem perfectly normal. It was just important to them that you got this. Realized it was the Andy's Mints, and I'm like, right on.
That's right.
It's good for
You can open up your own restaurant now.
Yes. Time to Puyallup at the Safeway on South Meridian, guys. Thanks. That from Kevin. Men's Room IPA is in stock at Kraft in Auburn. Thank you, Brandon, for that update. Guys, Sid's Handy Mart in Bothell has the IPA.
That's a good cake.
So Sid's going to give you one.
Is it a good cake?
Yeah, it's a good
And
cake,
the original beer six-packs. Don't think this one has been mentioned yet. I could get the list to work for you guys. Thank you, Stephen. We appreciate the update. Bitches Men's Room IPA available at Brookside Grocery in Covington, Auburn, off of Kent's Black Diamond Road. Best part, it's cold.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend. That from Cody. And one more, which I mentioned earlier, but again, it's my buddy Cynthia, who works at the Pine Box on Capitol Hill, which is an awesome bar and a lot of great craft brews up there. Their anniversary is today. They are tapping the Men's Room IPA today for their anniversary party. So if you are at the Pine Box up on Capitol Hill, stop in there. Say hi to Cynthia from all of us here. Tell her thank you for doing that. And the beer's on tap there. So if not, when you go to your favorite grocer, just look for the bright yellow can.
Is anyone else going to eat this cake?
I am, but I'm
I'll dive
talking
into dive into a little bit.
Okay, it's important to me because if you didn't, that tells me there's something in it.
My buddy Ryan Castle's enjoying one as we speak.
Yes, he is. I think we need to go back in time to the last time that we played Ted versus the FCC. So if we could, let's go back in time.
Kent can't help but cuddle Kendra's cute country cut continuously. Kent cuddles Kendra's country cut while she creates cute country blunt cut quilts.
3 times fast.
Kent can't help but cuddle Kendra's cute country cut continuously. Kent cuddles Kendra's cut while she creates cute country blunt cut quilts.
1.
Kent can't help but cuddle Kendra's cute country cut continuously. Kent cuddles Kendra's country cut while she creates cute country blunt cut quilt.
2.
Kent can't help but cuddle Kendra's cute country cut continuously. Kent cuddles Kendra's country cut while she creates cute country blunt cut quilts.
Damn.
There you go.
Okay. We got to win in Ted versus the FCC. Let's do it again.
And now, everyone's favorite daytime game show, where one person could lose $325,000 and their job, or win and walk away with nothing. It's time for Ted versus the FCC.
Coming up with the rhymes and riddles for Ted. Ted versus the FCC. And Steve, if we would have known and actually checked the calendar or maybe paid attention to emails or anything like that, we would have known that our own the Ted Smith has a 3-day weekend.
And we could have gone to bed much earlier.
How stupid.
You made the man stay up all night long to just nerf his chances of actually making this happen.
And, on the birthday eve as well. So appreciate you hanging out with me late, but we just absolutely spaced on Ted's 3-day weekend. Either way, being that it is your 55th birthday today, for the first time in the history of Ted versus the FCC, I'm pretty sure we've been doing this for over 15 years. Steve the Thrill Hill, you're going to take on a Ted versus the FCC.
It's time.
So I pulled out an oldie but a goodie, and this comes from JC, and this is one that Ted had missed many times.
That's what she said.
But either way, it's one of the more difficult ones for Ted. Not saying this is the case for you. We're going to find out. But this week's Ted versus the FCC, featuring Steve the Thrill Hill, goes something like this. Buck is a fig plucker. Oh, man. Buck plucks figs. Buck's the best fig plucker that ever plucked a fig. Sam is a sheet slitter. Sam slits sheets. Sam's the best sheet slitter that ever slit a sheet.
Classic.
If you don't know, the way we do Ted versus the FCC...
How does it work?
...is you need to read that one time through, and then 3 times fast.
All right, Buck. Buck is a fig plucker. Buck plucks figs. Buck's the best fig plucker that ever plucked a fig. Now, Sam... he's a sheet slitter. Sam slit sheets. Sam's the best sheet slitter that's ever slit a sheet.
3 times fast.
Buck is a fig.
I'm going to start that over.
Yeah.
Not really a
That's basically a false start.
Yeah.
Not quite a fail.
All right.
False start.
3 times fast.
Buck is a fig plucker. Buck plucks figs. Buck's the best fig plucker that's ever plucked a fig. Sam's a sheet slitter. Sam slits sheets. Sam's the best sheet slitter that's ever slit a sheet.
1.
Buck is a fig plucker. Buck plucks figs. Buck's the best fig plucker that's ever plucked a fig. Sam's a sheet slitter. Sam slits sheets. Sam's the best sheet slitter that's ever slit a sheet.
2.
Buck is a fig plucker. Buck plucks figs. Buck's the best fig plucker that's ever plucked a fig. Sam is a sheet slitter. Sam slits sheets. Sam's the best sheet slitter that's ever slit a sheet.
Oh! Holy cow. First time. It'll win. There we go. Another win. In 10 versus the FCC. You are listening to the Men's Room.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in to navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
This is a promotional message for Alexia Sweet Potato Fries. And in the process of elucidating you on all the wondrous virtues Alexia Sweet Potato Fries have to offer, I intend to do so in a prodigious manner befitting of such a superlative side. That's because all Alexia creations are creatively crafted, from sweet potato fries that accomplish a delicate balance of sweet and savoury, without GMOs or superfluous additives, to the eloquent lexicon of our advertisements, like this one, because every Alexia experience is intended to feel creatively crafted and exceptional without exception. Alexia's Sweet Potato Fries. Do procure them in your grocer's freezer.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up in just minutes, we'll drink a toast to the weekend with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick take with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. 39% of people take water with them wherever they go. Go.
Yeah, a lot of people do, man.
And I feel like that's kind of grown in popularity in the last 10 years.
I mean, you got bottled water now, which is almost a ridiculous idea, unless you're in a pinch. But
sure,
we have a bunch of those big thermoses at home kind of thing.
Yeah, the Stanley Cups and whatnot, the tumblers. And
constantly have iced water in there.
And that's
all this. And I don't mind taking that, but I'm like, I don't want to spend money on water when I already pay for water, and we live in Seattle. If you get that, go outside and open your mouth.
Everybody at the gym, Mike, has their own vessel.
Oh, yeah.
But they fill it up with a water fountain. It takes days.
It really
I'm
does.
the person who just goes up and takes a couple drinks, and I'm waiting in line for all these people to fill up their huge ass water. And it just seems like they drink it in like one set and go back and do it again.
Yeah. Right. Well, and I gained a big appreciation for those stalls that are a water fountain, but also actually have the port where you can fill a water bottle at. And I really do appreciate those. They tell you how much water you're saving. Like, I don't give a damn. Just fill up my goddamn water bottle.
That is not why I'm doing. And look, I'm glad I'm doing something good, but understand it's by accident.
Right.
It's like us helping the Fisher House with the beer. The Men's Room IPA, right? It goes to the Fisher House. That is an absolute worthy cause. But I bet most people buy it because they want beer.
Yes,
right,
exactly. Well, and your water bottle is becoming the new fashion statement. You remember when Starbucks really blew up in popularity? It was because it was kind of a fashion trend to walk around with a Starbucks.
Right, people know, yeah.
You bet. Now it's the Stanley Cups. I haven't seen anything hit quite as hard as these Stanley Cups. I remember the Nalgene's. I remember the Hydro Flasks. Everybody had them, but for whatever reason, the Stanley Cup is blowing up now.
I don't understand. And look, I'm just not a cool dude,
handle, man.
So I don't know. But I mean, we have a bunch of those things.
Mm-hmm.
One is emblazoned with the wherever my wife used to work. Right, engineering firm has their name on it, but we use it. One is a Ravens one that somebody bought me for Christmas birthday. Yep. They're all the same as best I can tell. Like, the ice doesn't melt, the water stays cold. I don't need a fashion statement. I just want the color.
Every coal miner that I knew growing up, they had a Stanley thermos, and it was covered in coal dust and some stickers, and that's what
big green thing.
That's what they took to work every single day, filled with coffee, tea, whatever they want.
Vodka.
Absolutely. A little whiskey. Thousands of crossbows are being recalled because they can unexpectedly discharge.
That's an issue.
That's a problem.
Yes.
Get a little trigger-happy crossbow going on there.
Good Lord,
That's also one of those deterrents, man, where, like, if I'm at a convenience store and you walk in with a gun, I'm like, all right, here's the money. If you walk in with a crossbow or a compound bow, and you got it drawn back, I'm like, oh no.
I'll give you the nuclear codes.
Oh no.
You bet, dude.
Because this person is crazy. I mean, look, I grew up in Baltimore, man, so everybody had guns, everyone's going to shoot everyone, habit and height, all the stuff, right? I'm almost desensitized to it, so go F yourself.
Right.
You roll up with the crossbow, I go, okay, man is next level.
Mike, did you ever hunt growing up?
I went hunting one time.
Have you ever tried to pull a dart out of a deer before?
No, I have not, but I can't imagine it's easy.
Okay, I'd rather take a bullet. Knowing how hard it is sometimes to just get an arrow, even on a clean shot, it's meaty if you have the chest cavity. You're just tugging, pulling.
Exactly.
It sucks. I'd almost rather take a bullet than have someone try to pull an arrow out of my body.
And I think that's what it is. Because
you
the bullet...
you got to put your foot on the damn thing, too, and it's like,
yeah. The bullet, you got a half-decent chance that you're not going to make it out anyway. Whereas the arrow, you got most of a chance that you are, and it's just going to suck. It's going to hurt. Like you said, you're going to be just sawing that thing out of you. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm with you there. There's a woman in Michigan that thinks that she was fired from her teaching position because of her rap career.
She has a rap career?
She has a rap career.
A career? I think your job is your career. Your rapping is something that you do because you enjoy doing it.
What did she do and or say that's fireable? Or do they say?
I don't know.
If she has a rap career,
I hate kids. I hope they all get SIDS. I'd be like, okay, maybe this isn't the job.
It's just too hard for all you parents.
If she has a rap career, she's on the road. She's in the studio. She can't be at school. That's why you have if it's a career, then that's your job. It's not her job.
No, Miles, that is not true. Megan Thee Stallion teaches. That's what she does to supplement her income.
On a horse farm.
We've been talking about it all day. Today is Steve the Thrill Hill's 55th birthday. So that, my boy
Are you
VD
rubbing it in or are you celebrating at this point?
I mean, a little bit of both.
Okay,
but you know what? My boy VD and I, we decided to do a little digging. We came up with this.
The Men's Top 10.
10 things that shaped our world in 1969.
It's not all about you, Steve.
The date, March 22nd. 9 months after a 5-day booze-fueled binge, complete with a hallucinogenic haze of questionable origin, Robert and Carolyn Hill could no longer hide their terrible, awful, horrific mistake from the world. It was with heavy heart and a court-ordered mandate, they announced to the world the arrival of their demonic newborn. Covered in a primordial goo and resembling Gollum from Lord of the Rings, one Stephen Aloysius Agamemnon Jebediah Hill Esquire did spill forth from the womb and make his mark on the world. An auspicious day indeed.
Yes.
One that will live in infamy.
Thank you so much for that warm. Again, he does write for Hallmark.
He does.
Couldn't tell.
He does. So these are things that shaped our world in 1969.
Can I guess the first one?
Please do.
Yeah, moon landing.
Yeah.
The moon landing, yes, the Apollo 11 module, the Eagle lands on the moon on July 20th, and an estimated 50 million people worldwide watched the live broadcast.
I was one of them, according to my mother. Now, I understand. I was about 4 months old. Her point was, now, I'm a space nerd, right?
Right.
So even though I have no memory of it, and there's no chance I will, she said, look, we were watching the moon landing. You were on my lap, and you were conscious.
Okay.
So she's like, you saw it.
Right.
And I know it sounds
Your
stupid.
eyes were on the television.
Yes, it is a feather in my cap that I saw it. I wish I could remember.
Mouse.
I got one.
Talk to me.
Woodstock.
Woodstock 1969. That is absolutely correct there, Miles. I'm trying to find where I have it. Where do I have it on over here? I did put it on there. Doc,
A 3-day music and art festival.
That is a fact.
In Woodstock, New York, on a farm.
That is an absolute fact. There it is.
Featuring
Right there,
Jimi Hendrix from Seattle.
In August, Woodstock attracts more than 350,000 rock and roll fans to a farm in upstate New York. Jimi Hendrix, Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young, The Who are among the artists that
Santana.
perform.
By the way, I would have gone to that if my parents would have let me. They said you're too young.
Also, that was the first time ever on stage that Crosby, Stills played along with Neil Young.
Oh, really?
So it's Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
Yes.
The reason you don't see him in the footage from Woodstock is because the only stipulation he had is, I'll play with these guys. I'm not sure that I want to join the band yet.
Okay.
So don't film me.
Don't put me on film.
Don't put me on film.
Neil Young has always been Neil Young.
1968 was actually an election year, which means in 1969 we inaugurated, do you know?
Nixon.
Richard Nixon. The
He
37th
worked out
president.
well.
He did. Hey, you know what? He won on a doggone landslide. I do remember that. Like, he crushed the polls.
Back when you used to get in trouble for doing bad things as a president. Yeah, I mean, he was very popular, but when people found out what he was doing, there was a huge backlash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that caused an issue there.
It did.
My favorite part about that whole thing was, what went down in the Watergate Hotel years later. But at the same point in time, so they go in the hotel room, they do their thing. Downstairs at the Watergate, it was the downtown Howard Johnson's of Washington,
Howard
D.C.
Johnson's was there.
So in that tower was a Howard Johnson's hotel. Downstairs was Howard Johnson's, where they had an ice cream parlor out front and a restaurant, and that was the restaurant for the hotel. When they were done doing their thing, they went downstairs and ate dinner at the Hojo's and got ice cream. Which is what I did when I was a kid. But I didn't lose my job.
Okay, let's test your Canadian history. Do you know who was Prime Minister of Canada in 1969?
Was it Trudeau Sr.?
It was indeed. It was Pierre Trudeau.
Pierre Trudeau.
The father of current Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Well, if he knew French.
And then, of course, there was a big march there on Washington. 250,000 protesters marched on Washington against the Vietnam War. Remarkable events that happened in 1969. New things that happened in 1969. Do you know what came into our society in 1969? There was a brand new baseball team that showed up.
Hold on. New baseball? Was it the Orioles?
Speaking of Canada, the Montreal Expos debuted in April of 1969.
Man, I wish they were still around.
I do too.
Montreal's such a cool city. They had one of the best uniforms in the league.
They did.
Their logo was kick ass.
Yeah, dude. When I played Little League, I was a Montreal Expo. Yeah. Like, this was back when I only knew the Mariners. Like, other teams just came and played them.
That was my brother's team. For no particular reason.
No kidding.
When we were growing up, man, when we were kids, he loved the Montreal Expos.
Not only that, but if you do the Expos, Canada has another team, and all those Blue Jay fans will come down all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because they'll have another team to root.
No kidding, dude. Like, can we get like a Vancouver team or somebody over here a little bit further?
Badass thing, though. If you go to a hat shop or a sporting goods store in Canada, they have Expo gear.
Do they really?
And you still pick it up.
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
like, this is awesome.
Hey, go into NBA shops around here. We still got Sonic stuff.
You can buy an Andre Dawson jersey. You can buy all kinds of cool stuff.
As far as children's television goes, do you know Sesame Street on National Education Television, the precursor to the Public Broadcasting Service? So that was on NET before PBS was.
I've never even heard of NET.
Same. I have never even heard of that. Right out here in Washington State on February 9th of 1969, the first Boeing 747 jumbo jet took off from Boeing Field up there in Everett and flew to New York City.
And the door stayed on.
That's
and
right.
the wheels.
It worked.
And the windshield didn't crack.
You know what else that thing had at the top, man, when you walked up the stairs? Mike?
Cookies?
A bar.
It actually had a bar in the
upper
plane.
deck had certain seats, but they also had a bar and lounge. And anybody had access to that, whether you were in there was first class and there was just regular seating.
Sure.
But it didn't matter who you were. Just like a train car. You could get up, you could go up there, you could sit on a bar stool, and you could have drinks the entire flight until the plane started to descend.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
You could smoke.
Yes, you
in
could.
the bar.
I still say that we should have smoking rooms in planes. Look, I don't smoke. I don't particularly like the smell of cigarette smoke. Have a chamber in there that smokers who kind of need a fix, just run in there, take a couple puffs.
I don't mind if it's not on a plane. I would like it if they did not remind you every 40 minutes.
Yeah,
remember, you can't. But the airports at least, because say SeaTac. And I mean, dead honest with you right now. Now, it used to be right down by the baggage claim. I get off the flight, and because SeaTac chooses to take an hour and a half to get your effing luggage, I'd go out and smoke.
Yeah.
Well, they've moved it, like, say, I got to go up an escalator. Look, I don't. I smoke in the area that used to be, and I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to let you in on the secret. So do all of your construction workers.
And when you're done smoking a cigarette up in the lounge, don't put it out. bringing down the spiral staircase.
Yes.
Go back to your seat, and you have an ashtray in the armrest to continue your cigarette.
There you go. Pop culture. Again, these are things that shaped our world in 1969. Very famous music album was released in 1969. Big time album. Everybody's got this in their vinyl collection.
Beatles, I'm guessing.
Abbey Road. Their final
It was
album
Abbey Road.
together.
Okay.
Yep.
I do have that in my collection.
I do too.
A big novel. I don't think anybody's read the novel, but the movie series is an absolute classic.
Godfather.
The Godfather by Mario Puzo was first distributed to bookstores, and then a big movie was released in 1969. Anybody remember the big movie that was released?
that The
in
Exorcist?
2001 Space, because that came out in 73, I believe. Hang on.
The one that they give me here.
Is it Apocalypse Now?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
I've never seen that one. I've never seen that one. Okay.
It's campy. It's a little campy. But
in the world of sports, do you guys know who won the Stanley Cup? The Montreal Canadiens defeated the St. Louis Blues 4-0 to win the Stanley Cup on May the 4th.
who won the World Series? Oakland A's?
That's a great question. Does anybody know? I'll tell you who they lost. Actually, no, I will tell you who won. It was the New York Mets. Do you know who they beat to win the World Series, Miles?
I'm going to guess the A's.
No, they beat the Baltimore Orioles 4-1.
Why are you so happy to say that?
It is because it's considered a huge upset in baseball. It says so right here.
Oh, if you're from Baltimore, you say.
Okay, my millennial friends, get ready to cringe. Cost of living in 1969.
Oh, God.
The year-end close to the Dow Jones. Any guesses? Give me your best guesses. The year-end close of the Dow Jones.
Where are we now?
BD said we're like 25,000 or something like that.
39,475.
45.
800.
800. But that's all you needed.
That's 800.
Cost of living was a lot different.
The average cost of a new house in 1969.
42.
No, lower than that. I'll say 18.
$15,550. The average annual income back in 1969.
24.
24 miles.
18.
$8,500.
Okay,
a year?
That explains the cost
$8,550 a year. But again, it's 50% of the average new house.
But when you do the math,
it's percentage based on income.
Right.
So but I'll save you the time. If you do the math, you make considerably less than the house
Correct.
that you buy now.
So in other words, if you make $50,000 right now, the average price of a home should be $100.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
It's half.
Exactly. The average monthly rent back in 1969.
$90 a month.
$90.
50.
135.
Okay.
Upscale a little bit.
Oh, I
here,
paid
boys.
$125 for my first apartment.
There you go. The average cost of a new car back in 1969.
3,200.
3270, Steve.
All right.
Was it?
All right.
Okay, I was going to say 18.
Okay. This is
What kind of crap you buying, man?
This is going to hurt a damn lot.
Volkswagen Beetle.
Cost of a gallon of gas back in 1969. How much was it per
39
gallon?
cents.
13 cents.
35 cents.
35 cents.
Okay, more importantly than that, how much was a pack of cigarettes?
75 cents probably, if even.
A nickel.
They gave away.
And then these are celebrities that are also turning 55 this year, Steve. Let's see here. You have Dave Grohl.
All right.
Turned 55 back on January 14th.
I hope he can make something of his life.
The lovely and talented Jennifer Aniston turned 55 this year.
Jenny.
Mariah Carey will turn 55 here in about 5 days. Paul Rudd turns 55 this
Why
year.
does he look like that and I look like this?
Right, he looks 27.
I would still card him.
Jennifer Aniston and Mariah Carey.
No kidding.
I can't stand Mariah Carey.
American rapper and actor on June 15th, Ice Cube was born in 1969. Really? Yes, sir. Let's see here. Donnie Wahlberg of the New Kids on the Block.
Married to Jenny McCarthy. We just brought her up.
Correct. August 17th.
He got
turns
the money.
55.
I got the height.
American actor, film director, and screenwriter. He is his own genre of film. Tyler Perry turns 55 this year. American singer, actress, and television host Gwen Stefani turns 55 this year.
Yeah. I like you, Gwen.
Football great, John Madden's favorite, Brett Favre turns 55 this year. And then, all right.
Really,
American actor Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey turned 55 years old. So
Good-looking man.
things that shaped our world in 1969.
By the way, someone did the research for us. Miles, how much do you think a pack of cigarettes was in 1969?
I was going to say like a quarter.
Well, they might give it to you. It was 26 cents.
Oh, 26 cents.
And Corvettes were about $2,500.
That's when you need a penny.
That's right.
Last time I've heard when you need
pull it out of the changer.
You're not yet. It's only a quarter, man.
Oh, and here's a good thing to basically hang my hat on. Also in 1969, the Manson murders.
Oh, wonderful.
Cool.
A man in Cape Cod is in a dispute about the property that had recently closed on because apparently he doesn't own all of it, Miles.
Well, if he bought it, how does he not own all of it?
I'll give you all the details at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to the weekend and drinking time?
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
From executive producer Jimmy Kimmel.
What's up, team? Just two people can't launch a brand. It takes a village.
We are MMD Hollywood.
Wowee.
Which stands for medical marijuana.
Due to restrictions, we can't tell you everything about our new reality series. But what we can say is the idea behind it is fully baked.
I don't know.
High Hopes. Streaming 4/20 on Hulu.
What a beautiful day in nature. Take it from a little bug like me. Nothing makes you feel more alive. Whoa, I almost got frogged. That was a close call. But boy, do I feel capital A alive. Luckily for you humans, Nature's Way put that thrilling feeling of aliveness in a bottle. Nature's Way Alive Women's Multivitamin Gummies with 16 vitamins and minerals. Delicious multivitamins inspired by nature. Whoa, better luck next time, pal. Nature's Way.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
From executive producer Jimmy Kimmel.
What's up, team? Just two people can't launch a brand. It takes a village.
We are MMD Hollywood.
Wowee.
Which stands for medical marijuana.
Due to restrictions, we can't tell you everything about our new reality series. But what we can say is the idea behind it is fully baked.
I don't know.
High Hopes. Streaming 4/20 on Hulu.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Weekend is here, drinking time it is, and as always, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Of course, I could toast myself, and that's too obvious, and I do it every day when I look in the mirror. I say, look at that good-looking man looking back at me. Then I realize there's someone standing behind me. Today, actually, we're going to toast 17-year-old Jamal Freeman of Detroit, Michigan. Apparently, this went down a little while ago, but I just found this Here's the thing. He is in critical condition at the Detroit Medical Center after he was beaten by cops. But follow along. A cashier at the Detroit Liberty Bank raised alarm, prompting security to actually shoot at him as he attempted to flee the scene. As she says, he reached for something in his pants. I thought it was a gun. So immediately, she pushed the alert button, which brought to intervention by 2 bank security guards. Eventually, 6 police officers showed up only minutes later. Now, this guy, he survived all the salvo gunshots. It ended up in an artificially induced coma state. He's officially been cleared of all charges of bank robbery. You see, he was standing in line at the crowded bank, and the bank teller could see he obviously had something in his pants. He reached his hand to his pants. She thought it was a gun. She hit the alarm. The cops showed up and did what they do. It was his erect penis.
Oh, all right.
It was his
Cheers,
erect
brother. Happy birthday.
penis. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault. Jam on.
By the way, just so you know, next year we're not doing this because you'll be 56 and no one cares.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
But 55.
I mean, you got the zeros and the fives, bro. I get it.
It's a big birthday.
Big speed limit.
I will say this, kids, however, children, the nicest thing about my birthday so far today is you forget how much your kids care that it's your birthday. Because I kind of don't, like, I care because I'm alive, but I don't care because also I'm 55, right? So I'm already awake in bed this morning, and I can hear my son. He's yelling back down to my wife. He says, I want to wake him up. I will wake him up.
Oh, yeah.
So I fake like I'm asleep so that he can have the honor of waking me up. And I mean, as soon as I open my eyes, it is happy birthday, Dad. You get the hug. Here's the thing they don't know, right? So my wife said, what do you want to do tonight? I said, honestly, I don't care. I just want to be happy. Whatever it is, I'm fine. We can binge watch TV. We can go get dinner. I don't care.
But you're a grumpy man, so that's going to be a hard one.
I am a grumpy man. The best thing about my birthday was getting hugs from kids who are so excited.
Who love you.
To say happy birthday, dude.
Hell yeah,
Nothing tops that on this earth except maybe a shot of whiskey. I don't know, but either way, that was the best part of my day. And I told them, I'm going to have a good day today just because of that, man. So to the kids, thank you guys.
In your honor.
No, F you guys.
No.
F you.
This is all for you.
Love the kids. F you.
Oh, this
We've
is all for you,
listened to you for years talking about your favorite bands. And if you've listened to the show for the 20 years we've been here, you know, you love Madonna. So,
yes.
Like a Virgin, which, you know, based on the fact that it took you a while to, you know, kind of get there in life as adulthood goes.
Hey, man, my 50th birthday, my wife threw me something.
Right, exactly. Taking on Poison, your favorite band of all time. Madonna, your favorite artist. Poison, your favorite band.
Yeah.
We had Unskinny Bop against Like a Virgin. Mike, how was the vote?
It was a fair competition, you know, 58 to 42. So there was a definitive winner there, but a healthy competition. Steve, I'm not gonna mess around here, buddy. Obviously, you hate both of these bands. So if you had your choice, which would you prefer here on your birthday of a Bad Choice Friday?
Mike, I'm not making this up. It truly does not matter. I honestly,
gun to your head, man. You have to choose one. What's it gonna be? Madonna versus Poison.
I think people would like Poison, to be honest with you, but I don't know how they voted.
Okay, this is about Steve.
There's a gun to my head. I'm like, honestly, man, it doesn't matter. I truly, sincerely, passionately, deeply, and from the bottom of my soul, hate both of them.
Well, then let's get fat on your birthday. It's Poison. Oh, yeah. On a Bad Choice Friday.
Okay, maybe Madonna.
Turn it up, roll down the windows, let the people know what the stuff.
Roll your window up.
Welcome to the weekend. You're listening to the Men's Room, 99.9 KISW, Seattle.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no magic.
From executive producer Jimmy Kimmel.
What's up, team? Just 2 people can't launch a brand. It takes a village.
We are MMD Hollywood.
Wow,
which stands for medical marijuana.
Due to restrictions, we can't tell you everything about our new reality series. But what we can say is the idea behind it is fully baked. High Hopes. Streaming 420 on Hulu.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Time to drop the S-bomb.
And now for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the men's room presents TV Time with Ted.
Holy hell, you shaved your beard.
I did not shave my beard.
And wild.
Yes. You know what? I actually got a professional trim not terribly long ago.
You did it professionally.
I did. So, forever I had just been doing my own deal because, it trimmed the beard up a little bit. That's all I got to do. But then out of nowhere, it's like, you know what? I want to actually see
if you shape it, like how it looks.
And I went and I got it actually trimmed by somebody who knew what they were doing.
What did you think? Because my wife keeps it. We have a very good friend, our friend Joey, right?
Okay.
And Joey, much like my wife, also hates my beard. Just because there's like the split ends, it's long, it's shaggy, it's messed up. And I go, look, there's two things. One, I truly, to my core, do not care. Beyond that, the fact that it drives you guys crazy brings me so much joy.
Right.
Their better bet would be like, you look so good like that. I might want to get a trim. So Joey always wants to trim my beard. My wife threatens.
I got to go see her to get my beard trimmed.
My wife threatens to, she'll do it. My wife threatens to shape up my beard while I'm sleeping. It's just a scraggly mess.
Mike, we used to do the No Shave Movember.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, Movember, yeah.
Movember. We actually had a party before Movember really took off and did the same thing. Like, let's just grow mustaches, have a party. We did it in Fremont. It was an awesome time.
That's the last time I did it.
And then, after that, no one would join me because Ted and Steve would not shave their beards off.
No.
They refused. I was like, dude, it's just one time a year. Absolutely.
Okay, would you do a bald-headed march?
Yes.
Okay, April.
Okay.
Let's go April.
Bald-headed April?
Well, if you want to go back to Movember and shave your beard and face, I will shave my head.
I'll tell you what the problem was. Here was my thing, honest to God, right? I would take off my beard, grow the mustache. Whatever. My daughter was born in November. But She was born on the 13th of November, so we're halfway
3
there.
days before my wife.
So when I look at pictures of me with my newborn first child,
a lot more color in that beard.
It does. Well, a ton more color. No, seriously. But I looked at these pictures and I go, man, this sucks. One, I don't like it. But aside from that, I'm like, this is not what I look like. Here I am with my baby girl, and I made it a point at that time. I said, I will not do it again. So believe it or not, I have not trimmed my beard. I haven't even trimmed it in 13 and a half years.
And I know the reason why I wanted to go get it done is because there are split ends. There are things like you do need to clear those things up to allow it to go.
Do you? With Birthday Boy. Okay, over here. So first of all, his kids have never seen him clean shaven. I have. That's how I know it.
Yeah.
Right?
Second, I had it like this. When we met, it was right here.
No.
Yeah, I had this.
Dude,
I had this.
You were trying. It looked like Fu Manchu.
It takes a minute. It takes a damn minute, Miles.
But when you do shape your face, like, you don't need any other reason to look cool. You're 6'4". You have tattoos. You have cool earrings.
Great style,
like
great shoes.
You have your body is
You're
sculpted.
funny as hell.
Yeah, all the things. Like, you don't need one more thing to be cool. You can drop one thing.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes,
you have a small
do.
penis. Other than that, you can shave the beard.
Okay.
I'll shave my head.
Speaking of birthday man, do you know which famous actor you share a birthday with?
William Shatner.
You're damn right. So just a few clips here of the Shat.
Stand by to receive our transmission.
I speak English. Not Klingon.
I've never trusted criminals.
I drink Labatt's, not Romulan ale. And when someone says to me, live long and prosper, I seriously mean it when I say get a life.
Get a life.
My doctor's name is not McCoy, it's Ginsburg. And tribbles were puppets, not real animals. Puppets! And when I speak, I never ever talk like every word is
I was
old
going to
today.
say man, that guy's still ticking.
Did you guys watch Star Trek when you were growing up?
Yes,
I did. My mom loved Star Trek, so
no kidding.
My mother being my mother, if she likes it, you will be sucked into it. That
I'll say
includes
this too.
Rapture from Nita Baker. Mom, stop flipping the record, man. But I watched Star Trek with her all the time. That's where I learned about the Gorn. That's when I was sold.
The cool part about that show was, as a kid, you were just interested in space.
Yeah.
The aliens and all that stuff. The plot lines were political. They were all the things. So a lot like MASH, at that age, I did not get 50% of the story.
Right.
You know?
There's a lot of pop culture references, and like you said, a lot of pop political references. That
They
went on in
absolutely.
that
But
show.
Gene Roddenberry was one of, a lot of people like to do the dystopian future.
Sure.
Which, reasonably speaking, I can see why people go there. But Gene Roddenberry, the one thing about him that said, man, he was always the optimist. Like, regardless of, like, willful ignorance, like, I'm not going to believe you because that upsets my balance of things. Okay. He wrote a show at the time where he said, look, I'm going to pretend that people aren't stupid or counterintuitive or counterproductive or self-destructive.
And on the bulk, they're not. I like to go back to
on
that.
the bulk, we're not. And you know, Mike, you make a good point, man. No, I believe on the bulk, we're
they're
not,
man.
Here's the thing, right? So you can watch the news every night and you'll hear why people hate each other. Okay, fine. And it's some made-up thing. When the SS fan, right? This is the 10-year anniversary of Oso, right?
Oh, yeah.
Landslide. Everybody showed up. Everybody tried to help each other.
Damn
you
right.
get the hurricanes, you get tornadoes, all these things. Everyone shows up and you go, man, that's the majority. We're just not represented. But the problem is, and people need to remember this, and I say this to the kids all the time because my especially my daughter, super sensitive, all things in the news. She goes, man, it's always bad news. And I go, baby, remember one thing. It's good news as long as bad news is the news.
Correct.
When good news is the news, then we have effed up completely. But the vocal minority is always heard because fringe and crazy people and idiots and dumb people and willful ignorance, that stuff, it gets clicks. But saying something went well or people got along, I'm not going to watch your broadcast because something good happened.
In Baltimore, when we lived there. Baltimore. It took two people to die in a shooting for it to be news. So if one person dies, not news.
For real.
It had to be 2+. And then they would bury it, 20 minutes deep. So it took two people to die before they'd even bring it up. It was just crazy.
Criminy.
Yeah.
Well, and what we were talking about off air, Steve, is just when people kind of shy away from the opinion that they are given to them.
Sure.
People on the whole will develop their own, and they will start to kind of shed away from what they are told to believe and start to see what is truth. And I truly, 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 with all of myself, believe that people will come to a conclusion that truly is the best for everybody. So yes, there are detractors, there are the blind followers, there is the outliers that will, it's basically football to them, that they will just stand by their team no matter what. However, on the bulk, people do want the best for
I do think most people are very decent. I truly say that. And we've met a lot of people. I think most people are decent. But, the thing with the news is just, and I get it, the news has to cover the bad stuff.
Right.
That's why it's news, because this should not be expected or whatever, right? But people latch on, everyone gives an opinion, then it devolves into something.
Exactly.
But overwhelmingly, like, something bad happens, people rally.
Okay, I'm going to shed this one out there because we're getting a little bit too deep here. So when it comes to kind of the gothic sort of entertainment culture, one of the biggest names in there is Tim Burton. Now, the biggest,
for sure.
Now, the biggest submission that Tim Burton has to that particular crowd is The Nightmare Before Christmas. However, there is another one that people have been begging for a sequel to that has finally come out as far as their trailer is. Miles, you nailed it. It is Beetlejuice. Here's a little snippet of the trailer that was just released yesterday.
The juice is loose.
That's an OJ reference right there.
I know.
And it features Michael Keaton. It features Winona Ryder. It features, I'm going to screw up her name. Oh, she's on the Netflix show. Home Alone as well. Doggone it, she's great. She played, shoot. All
What
right,
show?
I'm gonna
What
pass
show?
on it. I'm not going to say the show.
Oh, come what other show?
Christina Ricci? Like, who you think?
No, not Christina Ricci.
Is she in the new one?
Yeah, she's in the new one. Anyway.
I don't know.
Is she in the new one? No. I don't think
no?
she is in the new one.
I don't think she was in the first one.
She
I was
wasn't in
just
the
guessing.
first one. Right. It's got Jenna Ortega as well.
Okay.
So
all right.
they're putting it together. I don't know how far it is as far as production goes. I would expect it sometime around Halloween. Yeah, they're teasing it right now.
Are you excited for this?
You know what? I did enjoy the first movie, not near as much as the cult followers did. But yes, I would like to see it, and I have really grown into just watching a movie as a movie. Like, don't look for anything huge in it. Don't try to, especially, and I would caution all Beetlejuice fans, don't put it on the same level as the original. The original was an anomaly. It wasn't supposed to be called Beetlejuice.
No, it wasn't.
But you never know. Top Gun, the new one,
exactly,
did great.
It could be great.
They could, it's still Tim Burton.
Right.
So all the knowledge he's gained, he probably will look back and go, I should have done this. I should have done that.
Yes.
So he'll do that in this one.
So I will caution all of you fans, lower your expectations. Not to say it's going to be bad. Lower your expectations, because at the point that it is now, it probably can't meet them.
Right.
So
that's the thing about expectation. It goes so high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The new big thing that's coming out right now, I believe it's over on HBO Max, because my wife was watching it yesterday, but it has to deal, and I'm going to be a little bit selfish here, it has to deal with my childhood, and it was it's a new docuseries that's out there, and it's called Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, and it has to do with the dark side of what happened on these channels that I had growing up. And when I was a kid, and I did have cable television when I grew up, there were three main channels when it came to Kids TV. You had Cartoon Network, which had a lot of really powerhouse hits. You had Disney, which was the mainstay that you could always depend on. Really, that was more for the younger crowd as far as my mentality was concerned. And then you had Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon was absolutely my jam. I could rattle off a handful of different cartoons that they had. The live shows that they had were fantastic. I was more on the cartoon kick as far as opposed to the live action. But I did watch the All That's, the Amanda shows, the Drake and Josh, the Keenan and Kel, and all of those wonderful shows that I had growing up. They were all Dan Schneider shows. I didn't even know that until I grew up, because I didn't care about who directed it. It had a lot of great people in it, and it had a lot of fun in it. And it's an incredibly dark documentary talking about what we kind of all know to be true at this point, is that they did not treat those kids well at all backstage.
I never watched those shows. I was just too old for it. But that said, I was aware of the show titles. To this day, a lot of them are people, Amanda Bynes,
Drake Bell,
right? All these people, but I ended up watching the documentary, and it blew me away, and I actually felt bad for so many of these people. Though, like I said, I was telling you, Mike, like Amanda Bynes.
Yes.
We all make fun of her, and she goes crazy and all this. And you watch this documentary, and I'm like, man, you know what? Shut your stupid mouth. Which I rarely say to myself, but I had to say, because I'm watching her, and they kind of show clips of her
in that compromising position.
3 to 5 years apart. They showed her when she's a little kid.
Right.
15, 17, 21. And I'm like, man, no wonder she kind of lost her mind.
They're the same guy in the boy band era.
Oh, yeah.
They had the same thing before that. This is just a snapshot of that time frame. If you look back to what Corey Haim went through and all these other guys
Motown.
back in the day. Exactly. Michael Jackson wrote a song called Dirty Diana because
Diana Ross, just say it, man. That's what he said.
It's right there in the lyrics. Like, regardless of what you think about Michael Jackson, he wrote a song about his childhood and what went down.
So sorry, go.
No, I'm just saying, like, Boy Scouts, like, there's tons of things.
Absolutely.
If people surround
Drag queens, Miles.
The only thing I swear to God, the only thing that I can remember where adults weren't creepy around kids were coaches. Because the coaches had sons and daughters that played. They were not interested in that.
Right.
But every other aspect that takes you on a week away or something that's a project or all that.
Absolutely.
There's a real weird reason that you're involved in Miss Baby USA, Teen USA.
Right.
There's a reason why you do Teen USA and
like, I hate to make light of it, but you don't see a man with a fishing pole out in the desert.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
so
not a smart one.
Trust me. If you're a pyromaniac, you end up being a firefighter a lot of times.
That's
not
right.
all firefighters pyromaniacs.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a major feature in there was Drake Bell, who did it. He starred on Drake and Josh. He was also on the Amanda show, on All That. He had a counterpart, Josh Peck, who was with him quite a bit. And Josh Peck recently released a statement yesterday in light of the Quiet on Set Dark Side of the Kids TV docuseries. In one of the episodes, his Drake and Josh co-star Drake Bell reveals that he was sexually assaulted as a child by his dialogue coach at Nickelodeon. Fans were accusing Josh of staying silent, and Drake had to step in and ask them to go easy on him because they've already talked. I actually saw his video on TikTok. He was like, guys, go easy on him. So in Josh's post, he confirmed that they spoke privately. Quote, I want to give my support for the survivors who were brave enough to share their stories of emotional and physical abuse on Nickelodeon sets of the world. Children should be protected. Reliving this publicly is incredibly difficult, but I hope it can bring healing for the victims and their families as well as necessary change to our industry. Nancy Sullivan, who played their on-screen mom on Drake and Josh, also shared support for Drake. Quote, it broke my heart into a million pieces to hear just how much Drake was holding inside when they were working together. And when you watch that docuseries, he went through a crap ton of
Did you watch it? Because one of the
I watched like the
crazy
last
things-
2 parts of it, and it was awful.
Well, they talked to some of the parents. Where were the parents? And what a lot of the parents said was, you know what, my kid was making not even a ton of money, but doing okay. But parents were not allowed on the set.
Right.
You could bring
And
them
how
to
is that
work.
allowed?
Right.
Harvey Weinstein dealt with adults.
Right.
He did the same thing on an adult level.
Right.
These are kids. So this should be no shock to that industry.
None at all. Okay, on that happy note, what do you got to watch?
Friday.
Positive Friday. Sorry about that, gang. What do you got to watch this weekend? The first round of NCAA March Madness basketball wraps up tonight, and the second round runs through the weekend. Check your bracket. Sunday at 8 o'clock on ABC, you got American Idol auditions, and then later on tonight, you got Jimmy Fallon. He's the only late-night host who's on live tonight. He's going to have Alicia Keys and Tony Goldwyn and a performance from Hell's Kitchen.
I'll thank you. We've got Mike Hawk coming up.
Oh, my God, I love that guy.
For headlines.
It's one thing falling in love with a house, and quite another navigating the world of negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. Guidance from an agent who's a Realtor can make all the difference, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A woman gets her dishwasher fixed by a real-life handyman. Meanwhile, a Florida mom says that packing a gun in a 2-year-old's lunchbox, not part of the plan. A new device for cops take a page from Wonder Woman's playbook. Air Force airdrops aid, and oh, then the ground did shook. And a New Jersey dog is a good boy, but tired at the end of the day. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. We go to Sandwich, Massachusetts.
Sandwich?
Where one man is in a legal dispute. A couple months ago, he and his family were elated that they had just bought a home in Cape Cod, coming complete with a buried propane tank that the home utilized. But things started to get a little dicey when he received a letter stating that the tank was not his. However, it belonged to a propane company, stating that he could only refill the tank through them, and if he ever wanted to dig the tank up, it would have to come out of his own pocket. So you're stuck with us unless you want to pay to get us out of here.
That was Dunlap Propane.
Correct. Initially, he threw the letter away, and he managed to get it filled using another company. Which basically, I don't have to go through you. Boom, I'm filling it up.
Yeah, it turns out they were wrong.
He did come home to find a lock from the company on the tank. He then resorted to cutting off theirs and putting on one of his own, only to come back from a vacation to find the company had pulled the exact same move. They sliced his off and put on one of their own. He's now in a legal dispute not only with the company, but it sounds like the builder of the home as well, given that they never mentioned that the company's ownership of the tank at the time that he bought the house.
Of course. My thought is this. Okay, it's your tank, but it's on my property.
Right.
I'm going to let you hedge your bets. Now, because the one thing that he kept saying is, look, maybe this is true, but, words are words, actions are actions, okay? So he's like, just show me the documentation. They won't do it. Local news channel reached out to them, going, dude, all you have to do is provide documentation. He will let it go.
Right.
They won't do it, or they can't do it. So he goes, look, at this point, I believe you're lying.
Right.
All I want is the paperwork that says this is the agreement that was there, and it has to carry. I never signed a contract with you. Right? So whatever went on, they won't do it.
Crazy story, and out of Florida, of all places.
What?
A mother was called to her son's school after they found something troubling in his lunchbox. The mom told the school that She's the one that packs his lunches, but did admit that she put something in the box at the time that she was packing it because she didn't want it out there in the open, forgetting to take it back out when she gave it to her son. Eventually, authorities were called, and the 39-year-old mother was arrested because she had left a Glock 43 in the lunchbox.
Look, man,
here comes CPS.
Do your thing. You got your rights. I get it. Your kids. That's all.
Don't put it in their lunchbox.
Jesus God, man, that's not too
well,
much
that state,
to
you probably
ask.
could sell a gun to a 5-year-old, so who cares?
Apparently, she leaves it in her glove box normally, but took it out after there had been several break-ins in her area. I get it, new little home defense. All fine and dandy. I am down for that.
Not your kid's lunchbox.
Not wanting it to just sit on the counter because she's a responsible parent. She didn't want her kids just to go over there and grab it. She put it in his lunchbox and then forgot that it was there.
Do you have no other storage in your home?
No.
You know what I mean? Well, it's on the counter. Then put it somewhere other than the counter, man.
Just in case the story's left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Over in New Jersey. Damn, he was mentioned on that documentary last night, too. Crews came to the aid of yet another critter in peril. Authorities got a call that a dog had been sniffing around and managed to get her head stuck in the center of a hole of a spare tire that was at the home. They arrived and tried the usual method of soap and water, but to no avail. They finally had to resort to taking the tire and Daisy, the dog, into a nearby shop. I like that her name's Daisy. It's a cute name. Where they used a personal plasma cutter to safely free Daisy from her heavy collar. It's the only thing that could cut the doggone thing.
How do these people not have a plasma cutter in their own home? Flashlight, batteries, plasma cutter.
Oh, God. Men's Room IPA continues to spread about the Pacific Northwest. You can find a comprehensive list of locations on the Men's Room page of KISW.com. Men's Room Sports in the world of March Madness. NCAA men's basketball. Your Washington State University Cougars survive the first round.
Well, they better have.
They beat Drake 61-66.
He
They'll
won't
move on
be
to round number
singing
2.
again.
They're going to be taking on Iowa in the second round, whenever that one decides to come out there. As far as what you got going on tonight, there's basketball on the NBA Network, college hoops on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV, and your Seattle Kraken down in Arizona because they can't lose this one, taking on the Coyotes over on Route. Puck drops at 7. I have people that could be down there at that game. I guarantee you they're not going to take advantage of it because they're curmudgeons. Tomorrow begins the second round of March Madness with games on CBS, TBS, and TNT. Hockey over on NHL and ABC, and your Seattle Sounders are in San Jose at 7:30 over on Apple TV.
Beat them.
Then we ride into Sunday where you can watch the Mariners at 1 o'clock. You can actually watch Mariners baseball now en route as they take on the Cubs. Suck it, VD. Basketball on NBA Network, college hoops on CBS, TBS, and TNT, and your Seattle Kraken are hosting the Montreal Canadiens en route at 6 p.m. Let's talk a little bit of weather here. The rain is going to stick around for a minute. It was on earlier today. It seemed to have blown its way out there, but we're expecting about 75% chance of rain throughout the night. But it should break free tomorrow afternoon with cloudy skies and temperatures in the mid-50s. Going into Sunday where we can expect some rain in the morning, but another fairly clear day and temperatures in the mid-50s. And that is it for your headlines. With that, happy birthday, Mr. Hill. Mike Hawk is out.
I know what you want for your birthday.
What's that?
I can't give it to you. But I want to say I love you, and I hope someone does.
Hey, dude, you got soft
I
lips.
know what you really, really want.
Hey, listen, everybody that wished me a happy birthday, man, thank you so much for that. Unnecessary, but thank you. It means a lot to me. In the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So please do what you do best, and for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful. Sorry to interrupt you.
Fantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.